Oh my goodness, here we go, and
Barbecue Network.
hello everybody, welcome to Popcorn Planet, and I'm live here in Tampa, Florida. Sorry, my levels. Tell me how my levels are, I'll fix them as we're live. So happy to be here with you guys. I was just crazily getting ready, and we knocked a camera down right before we go live because that's just how it works here on Popcorn Planet. I am so close. We're almost 50. It was like not that far. We're 50 away from 100,000 subscribers, and I couldn't think of somebody better to celebrate this with. My buddy Ian, what's up?
Man, thank you for having me back here. I'm glad to be home here at my homeboy's house at the Popcorn Planet Studios. Congratulations, you're gonna hit that 100,000 tonight. I feel it.
Well, your link is also in my description. So guys, let's get him to like 2,000. He's so close. He's such a good guy. He's been here for me since I moved here. He's been a nice, loyal friend. Go click on him too. If we're building up subs, let's help us both.
Help keep a brother off the streets.
For real, both of us. Well, so what I thought I'd do tonight is I want to see if you guys will help if I can do so. Oh, I went down. Apparently, I said something back because I just went down one. I just went down from 40. I don't know how reliable. Oh, it's back.
Thank you.
I have this Social Blade thing on there to keep track because we're 60 away. So if you guys could go retweet me, go tell a friend, go make another account. Is that illegal? I don't know how that works. But help me. Let's get those people. I'm here to answer your questions. I see a lot of them coming in. Surprised we're at 100 people already. Wow. The super chat is a way to sort of bump up, and I'll do what you say. There's something Ian wants me to do that I'm debating. He's already brought it up. If you guys maybe support it too, maybe I'll resort to Ian. Do you want to pitch what you're pitching?
Well, I already saw in your comments somebody said that there's a show on YouTube called Movie Fights, and they said that it's not the same without you. With how, as the host, it's not the same. And I have to agree with them. So I think what we should do is do a reaction to one of the Honest trailers, one of the recent ones.
Jesus,
Wouldn't you guys love to see what his thoughts are with the current Honest trailer stuff?
You want me to watch Honest trailers or movie fights?
What do you guys think? What should we do?
Can I ask a question? Because I'll be honest, I'm not watching movie fights. I don't watch Honest trailers.
You're not missing
I watched
much.
one. I watched The Greatest Showman because I loved that movie, and I'm happy. People made fun of me for loving that movie. And that was one I was like, God, I wish I could have written that one. They were a little mean to it, but I haven't really watched anything else, and I definitely haven't watched movie fights. But I hear there's some Owl Nation that Hal does all the time.
Well, my personal opinion, I still think Honest Trailers is doing a great job. So shout out to them for doing that. But movie fights, though, without you, I've said this to you before. You are the seasoning of that show, bro. And since you left, honestly, it's not been the same. And Hal's definitely not Andy Signore when it comes to the host of movie fights.
Well, I appreciate that. I'm not here to roast them, and that's not what this thing was for. Ian
being honest,
pitched that on his own. Look, if you guys want to pitch it, you guys want to ask questions, I see a bunch coming in. I'm going to start getting to them. This is an AMA. Ask me anything. Ian, if you see a question there that you think I'm ignoring, call me out. I'm not ignoring anything. I'm down to do it. So I see so many that we're catching up. If you guys want me to do the Honest trailer or movie fight reaction, let's throw some super chats up. I'm not going through that pain living through that unless someone's going to drop a couple bucks.
I know I would love to see it.
I have a number in my head. We'll see if it hits there. And if we get there and that's what you guys want, we'll try it.
Either or.
Did it work to... While we're doing that, Ian, read the comments while I fix one troubleshooting
Yeah.
problem
Congratulations on getting 100,000. We're almost there, man. Tell your friends, tell your wives, all that. Hal is okay in a small dose. I agree. Hal is a very funny person, but as a host of movie fights, that was Andy all day, honestly. But no, he's definitely a funny person. What do you think of Hal right now?
You asking me what I think?
I mean, I know you're not watching it, but what did you think of him when you were working with him? Was he a fun guy? Was he kind of the same on camera, off camera?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're asking me while I'm stuck trying to just get this hotkey ready, and I'm totally not delaying, am I?
Nah. You're definitely not putting me on the spot either.
Well, no. All right. So it's got the answer. The real answer to no. Sorry, wait, that's the wrong one. Sorry, guys. I know this is not fun, but if you guys, who else uses OBS?
Yeah.
Do a shout out in the crowd because it's interesting when it works. Does this work now?
I think it's.
Can see him.
Hal's mediocre.
You're asking how Hal is. Hal was a great friend, and I think loyal at the time, and a funny guy.
Definitely funny.
He
I
is
agree.
loyal to everybody. He was, and he tries to be. And I had no problems with Hal. The reality was, there were a lot of people there that didn't want certain people. I don't want to get into the weeds on this, but there were certain talent on the channel that there were people above me that didn't want to do it.
Chris Zimmerman.
I always had Hal's back. I had all their backs. I thought they were all good talents. But yes, there was something about Hal where he was always the comedian for me, and he was always best on Screen Junkies show. So I haven't watched the movie fights. I'm sure it's interesting, but his comedic dry wit, I could see getting a little grating in the debate format, because I always took that more seriously.
Yes, you did.
And I had a producing mind behind it, whether you like me or not. I tried to
Based on the arguments.
Yeah, well, sometimes I'm also producing it. It was a game, but yeah, I don't know how Hal is. But ask me how I liked Hal. I like Hal. Hal's a good guy.
Yeah,
I wish Hal had reached out. He still could someday when he doesn't work there. Maybe if that whatever happens down the line. Hal, my door's always open. I always enjoyed working with you. That's what I think.
Awesome.
Here we go. So, dude, Andy, you were amazing at moving the fight along through the statements. Thank you, Solomon. So, all right, I want you guys to send questions here. Yep. Honestly, there's a lot of comments here, so it's hard to see. So I saw a couple super chats. I'm scrolling up to see what people had said. There was one right up the top, which was Andrew said, thank you, Andrew, for that donation. Thoughts on Avatar: The Last Airbender in general? Are we talking the cartoon or the movie?
Different subjects right there.
Yeah, I mean, that's the... I didn't watch the cartoon, to be honest. I didn't get into that.
It's decent.
But I've heard it's fantastic. It's just, if I'm going to have the commitment to a show, it needs to be damn good. I have kids. I have this. I have so much I'm juggling, and I'm sure there's a lot of people who can relate to this. I choose movies right now is what I do, and so it's hard to go and invest in a show even when someone's like, go do this.
Right.
So that's tough for me to invest. So I don't always do shows. So I can't speak to the show. Do you watch the show, Ian?
Oh, I mean, I have, but I'm more of a Dragon Ball fan when it comes to anime.
Okay, well, I heard the show is good, so I can't comment on that. But the movie I thought was dog shit.
Oh, of course,
it's
top
just
5 worst.
awfully done, and I think that is one of those movies they did completely where they should have diversified the cast, and they didn't. And I think that's where people are rightfully upset.
Right.
And the movie's just a mess. It's just it's badly scripted, badly acted.
Right.
Very, very, very bad. I saw a couple other quick ones. I just want to make sure I don't miss those of you that donated. Thank you. And don't forget, spread this on Twitter. We're almost 50 away. Man, look at that. That's crazy. We went up 4 more. So if we do this for maybe an hour, maybe we'll do it.
Guys are great.
Dan gave $1. Thanks, man. I don't know what it was for, but is that because the music is badass? I have this amazing... Isn't that theme in the beginning?
That was... Ooh. Awesome, man.
My buddy Jude has a music library, so I get to use that music, and I love that track.
Who's your favorite rapper, by the way? We've never talked hip hop, and that's what I do on my channel sometimes.
Eminem. I like Eminem a lot.
Top 5 for me.
I like Kanye. He's not a rapper though. I like Jay-Z.
Jay-Z's.
I like Tribe Called Quest.
Ooh, okay. He knows a
We're on a war
something.
tour. Yeah, come on, way back in the day. I love the soundtrack Judgment Night because they mixed rap with hip hop with metal rock.
Yeah.
Judgment Night was that movie with Dennis Leary, Emilio Estevez, and you guys, anybody Judgment Night
I've never
fans?
seen it, no.
Anyway, there was a song called Fallen on that soundtrack. I loved it. Anyway, I think
man.
you're the only one who cares about my hip hop. I'll come do that on your show anytime. All right, I'm making sure I didn't miss anything else. There was something else. Here we go. How do I Skype in? I want to discuss ID politics. Okay,
Great.
I have we have a Google account that I'm going to reveal that in a bit. Let's have a couple more conversations because I think it's going to go crazy once I unleash that. Call me. But there is a Google Gmail I'm going to give you at some point. I just say, F it, let's do it. In fact, F it. Let's open my first drink.
Cheers, brother.
Someone already said, I want to see the honest trailer reaction. Do it.
Yes, Chris.
Chris Zimmerman.
I do too. I would love to see your opinion on the honest trailer.
It's not going to be as fun as you think. Who knows? Maybe I'll really hate it and I'll go off on it. Skylar Suler says, thank you, Skylar. $5. That's so generous of you. All of this is, by the way, going towards funding this channel. By the way, everyone, can I say this, Ian?
What's
you
up?
Can relate to this. Everyone you thought I was a millionaire when you moved out here, right?
Absolutely.
You've seen my lifestyle.
I was ready to rob you. Yeah, nah, he's definitely not. Definitely not. There's nothing in the cabinets to take.
No, there's no. I'm not a millionaire, and I think there's this misconception that I'm a millionaire and I'm raking in the money, and that's so far from the truth. And the reason I keep asking you for money and that Kickstarter is because I'm just trying to keep this going. I have a little bit of momentum.
Yeah.
And with you guys' support, I'm able to like have to avoid that day job, and I still have some side jobs that help me do this. But it's still hard to get work for me. So not an excuse. If you guys don't give and you don't want to, then that'll be the calling I need to hear that this wasn't meant to be. But so far things are working okay. But I really need that Kickstarter met. So that's links in the description. And thank you for these super chats because it all goes the same cause, which is to keep providing entertainment for you guys.
Absolutely.
So Skylar, you said, have you talked to anyone at Screen Junkies since you cleared your name? Hope all is well. Congratulations on your channel. Thank you, Skylar. I've answered this before, but I'll answer it since you paid. No. Ian, what's my answer on that?
No. You've not asked. Nobody's reached out. No apologies. Nothing like that. It would be great to see one, but you know how stubborn people can be. That's my words, not Andy's.
Thank you, Ian. I didn't say that. Brett Mills, thank you, man. What guests on Screen Junkies did you find hard to work with? Now we're getting into the. Oh, and before I get there, Carlos Kamji offered $2. Honest reaction, do it drunk. I'm getting there.
Carlos.
You guys, that's 2.
Carlos.
I want to get like a few more. Come on, we're at $4. Is worth me. Chugging through the pain of watching my old creation, I'll do it for you. But come on, it feels like it's worth more than $4. What do you think, Ian?
Oh, it's more than $4. Definitely, this is gold. This is gold. Well, before we get on to the subject of who was a pain to work with, or
thank you, Carlos.
I wanted to say my opinion.
Yeah,
it was hard to watch you with Max Landis sometimes. I don't think sometimes I just didn't like watching those episodes.
Well, that's an interesting one, because Max Landis was in the news, and I've been wanting to publicly talk about Max Landis, actually, not to get serious.
Unrelated.
But I feel like you brought it up. I got to bring it up.
Exactly.
I don't want to get in the dregs of this because I don't know what's true, what's not. All I know is I did read the article, and it was pretty jarring in that I did personally text him and said, look, man, I don't know what it is, but I wish you the best in that you were always there for me. And he was. He never did any of that to me, and he supported the channel. He was a big screenwriter personality in Hollywood at the time. And so all I saw was the positive, and all I saw was the good. And so I've been through that, and I hope he's learned, and if he did those things. And so that said, I still was uncomfortable with a lot of the stuff I read, and
me too.
I put him on the show without knowing any of that, and I got a lot of flack and people, of course, blaming, you must have known, you were another assaulter, supporting an assaulter. None of that was news to me. I knew people didn't like him. I knew he had an ego on his shoulder. I did too, to an extent. And so that was always my take on him, and I don't want to get into it because I think a lot of people have already torn him down, and I don't want to add to the fuel to the fire. But I will say on the record, I don't like what I read. If that is true, I hope he seeks help. And I did not ever try and condone him and his assaulting, alleged assaulting behavior on the channel. So I'm glad I actually could clear that up, because the reality is, the drama aside, which is serious drama, you guys should read it up and do your homework. The article is not just like a Twitter accusation. Like, the article is really well done. And so I hold it a little bit more weight than sort of some of the tweets that came in about me, because this was a really well-read article, well-researched, a lot of stuff. A lot of people came forward with more backing stories, so there seemed to be something there that was wrong. That said, I don't know. But what I can say was, when I worked with him, I enjoyed working with him then, before I knew all this and before any drama, because he just cared. He really was passionate, and movie fights to me was always its best when there was when there was someone you didn't like. It's like a sports team. Like, you love your sports team, right? But then I hate the Patriots. I love the Eagles, so we have this rivalry.
Yeah, exactly.
So you love to hate certain personalities
Gators
and
and
people.
Seminoles for me,
and it's, I think in any of these shows, if you don't have those rivalries and that stuff, what do you have? You have nothing. So I did always like to flare up people who were a little bit more polarizing. I liked them, and Max legitimately knows movies, was a really good pitcher in the room.
He's in the movies. I get it. Yeah, he definitely works for him.
He was entertaining. I liked reading his pitches. I liked that he came and brought the passion. And I liked that he made some people nervous in that they were like, I don't want to go up against Max. He's so damn good. So that's my take on Max. He was not difficult to work with. Like I said, I had no idea all these accusations that came about.
I'm glad you cleared that up, because I actually had questions about that, because whenever I watched the show, he seemed like he was just hard on the stage. It was really cringeworthy. Everything that I had a problem with had nothing to do with these accusations or what people were saying. It was just my personal opinion watching him, like, Max is on again. He definitely was a dominant force on the show.
No, absolutely. But I knew that.
And that's smart marketing.
That, but there were other ones too. Nick Mundy was a force on the show, and people didn't like him either. And he was harder to work with than Max, I'll be honest. If I'm going to be honest about who was hardest to work with, it was probably Nick. Nick, I don't want to get. I'm not here to bash on him, but he was just, he's publicly admitted he doesn't like me. He called me a bully and things. I don't know. I don't know where that relationship went. I'm not even interested in rebidding it. So that one was hard. Probably if I'm really being honest, the hardest to work with, or just the hardest show, the worst show, was Kim Horcher when she did Pocahontas. And we had that big sort of politically correct debate about Native Americans and Pocahontas. And I was just sitting there knowing, like, oh, geez, like, why is it going here? I felt she was picking a fight just to pick a fight. And while I saw what she was saying, and I do regret that I sort of gave in for the greater good of not dealing with her wrath. And I wish I'd stood my ground on that one and been like, dude, you're just this. Where's this coming from? This is a entertainment show. Let's have fun with it. But do you remember that show?
I do remember that show. And before we go, I just want to say my favorite moment with you was, hey, nobody disrespects the troops. That was one of my favorite moments.
With Joe Starr and the dog?
Yeah, Saving Private Ryan with the dog. I was, what the fuck? Actually, get out of here, Joe.
It was weird. That was sort of that was a fake fight. But now that I look back, I think there was some real fight to it, too.
I could tell. That's why I mentioned it. I was like, yo, he was pissed.
I mean, he does not like me now. I know that, but I'm not here to badmouth any of those guys. I wish them all the best. So there you go. I answered that question. As for who I did that, right? Who was worse to work with? Sorry, making sure. Carlos, thank you again. That was Brett. What guests did you find hard to work with? I hope that answered something. There's probably more to go there. Here we go. One more to support the channel. Thank you again, Skylar. I'll be in Tampa on Wednesday, Tuesday, and Wednesday for work. Any good grub spots? Man, what do you think?
Any good grub spots here in Tampa?
You're here in Tampa. I just had Poke Express. It's a poke bowl. It's right by USF. I've gone there now 3 times. It's like sushi, but they put it in a bowl, and you can fill it with whatever ingredients you want.
You just said the magic word. Sushi's my favorite food. I got to go there.
It's good, because I'm a veggie, but I do fish. But anyway, you can go pick crab, shrimp, edamame, and you fill the bowl. Poke Express. Oh, excuse me. Oh, God, too much hard.
Dang, go, man.
I also love Cracker Barrel.
Okay, that's a classic. Yeah.
I didn't have that in LA. We don't have those in California.
Oh, we'll get some good greens and sweet tea, man.
What do you eat? What do you like?
I love sushi, like you just said. There's this place across the street from my house called Sushi Cafe that I love. If you're in,
I love that. Sushi Cafe is good.
Yeah, my son is he's only 7 years old, but he can do chopsticks and eat sushi, so we go there a lot.
Well, there you go. And I go to Peabody's, the bar. We broadcast there. It's just a fun place to go billiards play. But it's all chains here in Tampa. Sorry, so I don't have much.
It's a lot of them.
Hit me up on Twitter again later, Will. I'll try and give you some more advice. All right, and then, Skylar. Will, thank you for the donation. Just subbed with all 3 accounts. Bravo! Look at this. We're at 56.
Thank you, Will.
Come on, guys. We're close. Keep figuring out whatever you can do to get there. Just subbed with all 3 accounts. Hope this works for you out, man. You deserve it after everything. Thank you, man. Who did you most enjoy having on Screen Junkies? Oh, great question.
Yeah, more positive stuff. Go ahead.
I sounded like John Campea there. Great question.
Let's go back.
I love John Campea.
I do too. I love him.
Who did I love? I mean, Seth Rogen on Movie Fights was like a dream.
I bet.
Knew him and we had a connection to him, and then I tried to like be polite to know, like, I know here's what you need. Let me know if you want us to prepare your fights or anything. And then I think the guys ended up, and they wrote some arguments for him. I think Lon did or some other people, just so he had it. Yeah. We had the paper there. I'm like, oh, thanks for coming, Seth. Here you go. He's like, I don't need any of this. And then just awesome. Went, and that literally heard him that moment, and then went on those topics. And Bad Lieutenant as best movie dick. It was so good. It was so funny. He emoted.
What? That was High Fights, right?
No, that was Doug Benson. That one was not as good. But Seth Rogen was so fun to work with.
What about Kevin Smith? He seems like the same type that, like, I got this. Because I remember on his episode, too, he said something like, somebody was pitching something great. He's like, oh, snap, go with what he does. And I was like, Kevin, that's not how the show goes. What are you doing?
Yeah, he was always fun to work with. I'm a big fan of him.
I am too.
Yeah, no, I mean, he's one of those that I was hoping to work with again, and I'm bummed I messed up and made him look bad by doing some of the dumb stuff I did. There's a lot of those. He was one I definitely always looked up to, and I hope someday I can earn some respect back. And I get it, why some of these people don't want to engage with me yet. It's still a little... it's hard. It's hard in that bubble and that space because people are still mad. But yes, he was always a delight to work with. The dude was like texting me, and the fact that I could have like sort of a actually working relationship with someone like that who I looked up to was a dream come true. So yes, from a celebrity standpoint, those were great. I mean, The Rock was always great. He's genuinely what it was, as was Ryan Reynolds. Both of those guys are exactly the way you'd expect them to be. Immensely hardworking, fun going, and so those by far were like the celebrity crushes I would still have, just because they actually delivered what we want. Man, we're so close. We're
Woo!
43 away. It's 43
keep it
subscribers.
going, guys.
We're gonna keep going. Let's do this. Send your comments in, and if you guys donate enough, I might do what Ian wants and watch an honest trailer.
Please.
So what do you guys want? You want me to watch an honest trailer or like Hal doing movie fights? What's more interesting to you?
I think more interesting would be the honest trailer.
And is there an honest trailer? You've seen them still all? Is there one you want me to watch?
I would like to see the Endgame one, honestly.
Did you like the Endgame one?
I did like the Endgame one.
So, I mean, I'll probably like it too then. Is that fun?
I mean, we don't agree on everything.
All right, we'll see.
We
But
don't
tell me, pay attention. We're paying attention in the comments what you want to do.
Who's one YouTuber you would love to collaborate with, by the way, keeping up the positive vibes?
I saw somebody in here. Who's your friend? The guy you look up to? Someone asked about him.
Well, he's not my friend, but I would love to collaborate him. Geekdom one-on-one. I
yes.
would love to be his friend. He seems like a cool guy.
He's on here. He's in Tampa. Someone said, have you tried to mention it? Sorry, I saw that note earlier. There's so many questions coming in that I'm sorry. Honestly, I'm not trying to just do a question with $1 and I'll be able to answer your question because I can't see them all. But yes, Geekdom, he responded 101. I'm trying to get him out here because I know you love him too.
Yes.
But I'd love to collaborate with him. I actually really enjoyed going on Geeks and Gamers with Jeremy, who's a more conservative space, and I've opened up my political awareness to sort of allow.
Is that the guy with the beard that you talked to the other day?
No.
Okay.
There's Jody's Corner. He's amazing. I'm gonna have him back on.
Dope.
Anyway, but yeah, I'm liking who I'm interacting with now. The people who are sort of collaborating with me. I mean, Geeks and Gamers is bigger than me right now, so they're doing great. But I like finding these newer people who are down to actually engage with me. Anyone who's down to engage with me now, and they're smart and they're doing well, like I'm going to stay loyal to if they want to be, just because I respect the fact that they're not going to just follow the sheep and everything else, you know?
Exactly.
And then I saw one more, and then we can get it. Okay, here we go. Andrew Olson. Thank you, Andrew. Wow, awesome. Shot to that. Woo. Have you guys watched The Boys yet on Amazon Prime? If not, they deserve have. If not, you have to. I have. I love
have
it.
too.
Have you? Are you all caught
I'm
up?
rewatching it right now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Are you gonna do a breakdown on it?
Oh, absolutely.
We'll do it together. I'll help you.
Yes.
Come on yours.
Let's
whatever.
do it.
But yeah, because I was planning to do one, but I don't want to spoil it. But yes, if you haven't watched The Boys, everyone's saying it's like the new thing. It's like Stranger Things, but more brutal.
Absolutely.
Highly recommend checking it out. It's Amazon Prime. Your question. They finally do Superman's eye lasers right. I agree.
Yep.
They really do, and it's really dark. That scene.
That scene with the girl, what you're about to say. Yeah. What was her name, by the way?
Don't spoil.
Okay.
Don't spoil. There's a couple of scenes, but also the plane scene with the eyes.
That was spooky.
Oh, man. I don't. Again, for those who didn't watch.
We'll have a breakdown
speaking
soon.
in code, so you don't know, but
because I got some predictions too I want to talk to you about, but we'll do that on a different video.
So stay tuned. Subscribe. Hey, that's the point of this episode. Go subscribe right now.
100,000
We're
coming.
almost 40 away from 100,000 subscribers. Please spread the word. So
again,
the algorithm
Andrew.
will take some attention here. But yeah, thank you for that, Andrew. And I love that show. Go Eagles. Yes, I saw that. Shelley. Thank you, man. There was, Jonathan M. gave me $2. Man, and you didn't even want anything? Bravo, man. I love that. That is just, your high up camera doesn't have audio, Andy. Oh, dude, good call. See, when you say that, I will.
You should watch The Boys because it's not anything you think.
Oh wait, actually, you can't talk because while I'm on this. So while I fix this, you're gonna lose audio for a second. It is ad source. It should work now.
Can you hear us now? Can you
hear us now? Hello. Did you hear us there? It should work now.
It should work now.
It should be working there.
Barbecue Network asked if I live with you, and no, but I do watch him when he sleeps.
Yes. No, he doesn't live with me. Man, Barbecue Network, I love you, man, but you always ask the most personal questions. What's going on, man? I've seen you, and I'm not trying to ignore you, but you keep saying we took calls together in my office and we worked together. I don't remember those, and I love your support, but chill it down, man. We're all good. I'm not going to tell you where I live. It weirds me out. I love you though. I'm not gonna block you here, but just I'm calling out a little bit of a boundary thing here. Let's be cool. Oh, Andrew's on the chat. Hey, Andrew.
What's up, Andrew?
I had to take my subway because he had a Trump supporter on the other day. This guy is going full right-wing nutter.
No.
I gotta go there. All right.
Oh, let's talk about that.
Let's go there. So I'm showing your comment, California to Virginia. Is that what it is? California to Vineyard. Let's talk about this. Thank you for bringing it. First of all, I'm not doing this to get your sub back. But here's the problem. If you are so ignorant, and I'm going to use that word really, if you're so ignorant that you can't even hear someone who's voted for Trump, that's a problem, man, because you got to understand 50% of this country voted for Trump.
Absolutely.
I'm not a Trump supporter, but especially being here in Tampa, Ian, you can vouch for this. There's a lot of Trump supporters.
Too many.
But there's also a lot of non-Trump
but
supporters.
I can talk to them. I'm not going to die if you. I have friends that are Trump supporters. I don't support Trump. I think he's an idiot. But my friends are not idiots, and we can have we have common ground other ways. So like, why as a black person do I need to not talk to somebody that's a Trump supporter? Like, come on, grow up.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing here. It's like my parents are Trump supporters. Like you got to learn to live with people, and you got to find that common ground because when you talk to certain Trump supporters, there's a lot of crazy people that don't want to talk to you, or they're so far gone. But you got to find that middle ground. And my interview with Jeremy, who was a Trump supporter, was just a really good conversation to try and find middle ground. And I think we as a country, we got to find the middle ground. If we just keep going to an extreme end or the other, we're in trouble, man. So look, you can unsubscribe, but please be open-minded because that's what this channel here is for me to be, is to finally be my voice, to finally unleash my chains here of me being able to just speak the way I want to speak. And
have your own thoughts, guys. Seriously, like I vote a lot. My vote is always a little bit more left, but like, come on, I do agree with a lot of the right sometimes too. So that's called having an open mind and living in the middle. Like, I can't just ride with one side 100% because sometimes they're wrong. Like, come on.
Yeah, sometimes people are wrong. That's exactly the point. And I realized I was wrong a lot. And I think when you talk to certain people, they wanted a rebel rouser. They wanted to mix the system up because the system is corrupt. It is messed up. And I think I see the appeal of why someone would do that. So
I get it
this
too.
channel is going to be, I'm going more center a lot, and that's annoys certain people. But I want to have conversations on both sides. I'm going to do it. I'm not going to be afraid of certain topics because I'm not corporate owned right now. I can do whatever I want. So that's my point. So here we go. California. First off, that isn't ignorance if you choose not to talk to a Trump supporter. Secondly, 50% of, sorry, too many chats, the Americans are not supporters. Not even 50% of American voters are supporters. Okay, I know you're probably, and it just seems like you are pandering to the right. So no, I'm not pandering to the right. I want to have conversations to meet in the middle. And what's funny is you actually talk to someone who's a Trump supporter, you might learn something because just because you don't support, I don't support them, but I promise you, I'm learning a lot. And I'm learning why did they do it? Why are these people voting for Trump? Oh, okay, they're not ignorant. They're not stupid. They're not all racist.
They're really
That's
not.
the reality. And it's like, if you don't see that, you're just as crazy as the people on the right that you are calling crazy. I'm sorry, man, but you are. You got to be able to open and hear both sides. And so I support all people. Just because I don't go out and say, Trump's an evil person, I'm not going to call him a racist. I think it's debatable if he's a racist. I think he's ignorant, Trump. And I think it's a conversation we should do some point. But I don't want to get into that. Here we're a movie channel. But the point of the matter is, like, I understand why people are mad. And Trump supporters feel like they can't even be honest. And that's not fair to them. So, look, I'm still supporting more of a liberal center voice. But I hope conservatives are okay to come here and they can feel like, hey, there's that sort of liberal Andy guy who's not too bad. He at least respects the fact that we're different. That's what I'm pandering to, if anything, not to say like, yeah, right, I'm supporting you. I'm not pretending to be a rightist. Do you feel like I'm pretending to be a rightist?
No, absolutely. I think you're being more open-minded because where you're from, it really was all left, all, Democratic, and if it's either that way or the highway, and I feel like you are being more open-minded, and we need more of that, because I can learn from people I disagree with, and people I disagree with disagree with me can learn from me too, because I'm a smart person too, so why not have the conversation? Please, if you have your mind made up before you hear the issue, come on. I'm going to call you an idiot.
Yeah, well, sorry. So California, I'm not calling you an ignorant. I didn't mean to call you ignorant or an idiot. I don't believe that, but I'm just being honest with you because you called me out. I'm going to call you out back. That's what I believe. I think we all shouldn't be ignorant to the other side, and we shouldn't assume they're the bad guy. This idea that one side's wrong and one side's right, that's the problem. And
the problem.
I was so there a lot where I thought, in my liberal bubble, oh my God, our elitist, we know everything here because you idiots in Florida and beyond in Middle America, you don't know what it's like. Us here in Hollywood, we know what's better for all you guys.
Right.
That's literally what happens there. I promise you. It's just like in the water. Like you have to subscribe to it or you are kicked out. And there's a lot of conservatives out in Hollywood who can't be conservative because they don't want to talk about it because people are like, what? And I don't support that anymore. I think that's a mistake and unfair to people. So that's where I stand. I hope some of you will respect me for that and continue to follow my journey here as I try to be open-minded to all sides.
Let's cut the club
Andrew,
stuff
please don't
up.
give my address away. Thank you, Andrew. $10 for it. No, Andrew, come on. That was funny. That made me laugh. Turd Burglar. I love it. Come on. Somebody else give me some funny names to say like you guys sent
Turd
John
Burglar.
Campia. I'm going to give it one more time. Go look up John Campia loves black people. That's all I'll say. Go YouTube. It's okay. Disappear for a minute. Come back and then send me the LOLs.
Definitely a rewatch.
What do you think?
It's definitely a rewatch. It's one of the funniest things he's ever sent me. I can't believe it. He's like Ron Burgundy. You guys got to check it out.
That's funny. Sorry, John, but that was funny. He's not even paying attention.
I got love for John.
But I respect John because he's got those super chats coming in all
sure.
day long. Christian Harloff should issue an apology coming in from Turd Burglar. Look, man, I can't make him do anything. What do you think, Ian?
There's another one I am a fan of. I don't know these people personally. I've never even been to Hollywood, but I do like Kristen Harloff. But without mentioning names because it's just my opinion. I do think a lot of people do owe you an apology, and it's not my business because I wasn't there. But from what I see on the other side, a lot of people owe you an apology, and I don't want to name who, but because I don't know.
But so I'm clear because I don't know if maybe some of them are shadow watching. I owed them an apology, and I'm going to do one more time. I'm sorry to everybody I let down.
You've given a lot.
I did a lot, but I do feel like I've given a lot of apologies.
Yes.
I've paid my pound of flesh. I am forced to start over, and there is this frustrating thing of just nope, can't support him. He did those things, and it's frustrating. I'll be honest.
I get it.
And I wouldn't. I will be honest. A couple people, not from SJ, but other people. A couple people have reached out and played sort of a hello, how you doing? And they don't publicly want to admit it, but it's slowly happening. But I'm keeping track of who's reaching out, and I've reached out to a couple others. I hope they'll reach back. But my point is, if anybody's shadow watching me, they're like, "What do I?" Just reach out, man. I'm not going to call you on blast unless you say something stupid. I'll call that on a blast. But my DMs, they're going to stay in the DMs. I don't support people taking private conversations out of context.
Absolutely.
So I just know that's what it's coming from. All right. So then we had another one. NPC exec. We need more centrism. You're doing God's work. Thank you, man. I appreciate that
sure.
donation. Cotton candy. That's mean, right? What is that? What that does that mean?
Hatted Jeremy.
Cotton candy haired. I don't. Anyway.
Whatever.
Jeremy. Hey, Jeremy. Trump 2020 from Jeremy, the Jer Army. New sub from Geeks and Gamer. Welcome. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Here's what I sadly think is going to happen. I think Trump is going to win again because the left is pushing so extremely. What do you think? You're put on the spot.
As much as I agree with you, I do agree with you. He's probably going to win because that's just people just hate Democrats and the left so much. No matter who's in office, they're just going to pick that. The reason I gave that look is because 4 more years, whatever. But it's only temporary. We've had bad presidents before, and we can agree to disagree if you like Trump. I don't really care, but that's not what I want. I think the Republican Party can do better. I really do.
Good for you though for having this at least engaging with the guy who said toward. See,
Yeah.
that's where we're becoming a side.
I
We
don't
can at
hate
least
cotton
engage
candy.
With,
I love
with Jeremy there. Yeah, of course. It's not our guy, but hey, it is America.
Exactly.
It is what it is. So there we go. So thank you. Not pandering. He knows I did. Jeremy, I didn't vote for Trump, and you're still here. Thank you. That's big of you. Freestyle.
Oh, here we go.
Retro Style Ninja. I'd love to see a reaction to movie fights. They have honest trailer commentaries for honest trailers. I'd like to see Andy's thoughts on Hal's movie fights. All right, are we keeping track here?
That's about
It's
5.
about even.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're about even. $5 and $4 versus. So guys, I don't know how much longer this will last.
I agree,
gotta
though.
skip
Movie
this
fights.
ad. Oh God, Mike's hard makes me
Yeah, it
burp.
is. Burp inside and
gross.
out. He's been farting too.
We have 66. We're getting close.
We're
So
getting
44
close.
away. I will do it near the end of the show if we have a little bit better. We have a $4 versus a $5. So far, the movie fights is winning. So thank you, Ninja. We'll do something, but hopefully, Carlos Kamji. Who did you like last year, Gilliam or DeSantis?
We're getting real political.
Which one was the Democrat?
Democrat was. I liked Gillum.
I think I liked Gillum. At the same time, I didn't like Gillum because he did some shady thing with. There was some shady thing he did where he paid off something that really bummed me out.
Oh, I didn't hear about that. But a shady person in politics?
Yeah.
What?
To be honest, I was in kind of a darker place still. I didn't really fully process, and I probably voted for Gillum just because I think I had people telling me to vote for Gillum that I trusted at the time, and I just thought, I'll do it for them. Family and stuff. So I don't remember, but who did you want? Tell me. Let's see. Going through. There's a lot of stuff here. Show doesn't. Okay. All right, we're there. Now we're even. Can I Skype in? Barbecue Network, no. I don't. I'm just. You already are saying we've talked. We didn't talk on the phone, man. Were you the guy who prank called me one time? There was a guy who prank called me in my office and really tried to goad me. And I think I've looked up this guy. This guy's Kenny Tarr. I know who you are, Barbecue Network, and he has like crazily gone after some people. And I'm just worried because I don't know what you're doing. But if you look up Kenny Tarr, you'll see he's a con artist, and he was on Inside Edition and a bunch of these things. And I wish you'd just come to me as that because I'd respect that person more. But you're playing like a character again, so just be careful, man. You're asking a lot of like weird personal questions too, so I don't know what's going on there, but I might have to mute you. I've given you the warning, so please respect it. All right, so where are we going here? MAGA. Oh man, there's a lot of MAGA going on here.
Yeah, great. Thanks. Appreciate
so
it. Someone said math is hard. Absolutely.
Sorry. Now all right. So now we're back to the start. I got to all my questions of people paid. All right. So thank you. So now that we're here, now I can start paying attention. If you had questions, bring them back because I can't scroll up and see them all. I went through the people and I've lost things. So please send me more of your questions back in that comment or give $1 or $2. And if you want me to do the honest trailer or movie fights, send in a super chat. We'll get there, and we'll go there. All right. So Ian, how about you? I want to ask you. Do you have any? You're a Screen Junkies fan. Any other questions you've been burning to ask that we can do live on the webcam that you can get my reaction?
Okay, so I'm hoping to see these reactions to either movie fights or honest trailers. But what outside of those two things that you did on that channel, what did you like besides? I know that you liked the thing that you did with Coulson when you gave him the prank. That was very emotional and great. But what else did you? What was a good interview that you guys went out and did? Which one's your favorite?
My favorite interviews. I mean, the honest trailer commentary is with actual directors, like with Chad Stahelski. Those are so fun, and yeah, Zach Stentz from Thor and Russo's coming in. Like those were always amazing to have those conversations and to see that honest trailers had made some of these filmmakers actually affect Winter Soldier and things. My favorite Marvel movies. That was a trip. So some people don't want to say, well, I'm in the movie space, John Campia, but we were pretty big in movie space. We were pretty big at the time in the movie space. So I was very proud of the fact that we did that. And those conversations, especially some private ones we had from filmmakers and editors, were like, I'm editing the sequel to that movie you guys did the honest trailer for. I just wanted to say we all watched it in the bays and laughed and loved it. So that stuff always made me happy. So
was there any beef between you and the
Joe Blow Show? Hold on, Joe Blow Show just gave $5, so I got it. Andy, give us the inside goss. How smooth was Dan Murrell's head? I'm not gonna play to that game. I never touched his head, but I think he's already done this live. I'm going to cut to Ian while I say it. He hates when people see he's bald. It makes him so mad. And I don't know. I always tell him, relax,
He looks like a nerdy Jason Statham.
Yeah, every time we posted those pictures, he'd always comment back like, yes, I'm bald, get over it. It was jarring at times because he always wears the hat.
Why?
And then suddenly he wears the hat and people are like, oh. And a lot of people would compliment him. So
yeah, he doesn't look bad
I always thought he looked good with it. I don't know why
he
took that such a big deal, but he didn't like that. So
and if you guys ever get to talk to him, tell him he looks good bald. Come on,
he is.
Own your stuff.
I always respected Dan. That's why I always made sure Dan was on a lot because he was one of the best.
Yeah, very,
so I'm
very
a big.
Smart guy.
I was a big fan of Dan. I guess he's not a big fan of me anymore. So I'm gonna move on. Here we go. What else was? Oh, there's a lot of stuff. You were asking another question.
Yeah. Was there any behind the scenes beef with you guys and the CinemaSins guys? I remember there was a situation where it was like
that's a good one. Yeah.
There was a car review for movies, and it was kind of their format as well, or his format.
Good one, man.
Yeah.
Good one. I haven't talked about that. Someone should throw $1 in for Ian giving you a good scoop here.
I've been paying attention.
You guys want some CinemaSins drama?
Ding!
Ding, ding, ding. I want to see $1, and I'll give me $1. I will tell you a story.
Ooh! Please give this man $1. Oh, by the way,
because I'm only gonna do it for $1. I'm not gonna nothing too out of bounds, but I got a story I could tell about.
I would love to hear that. I'm a fan of them, by the way.
I am now.
Okay.
But there was a phase I was not. And if you'd like me to elaborate, there you go. I'm not going to give the goss when these people are just watching for free. This is free entertainment. This show's almost been an hour. Dude, come on. I'm entertaining you for an hour. Just throw a freaking $1 down. That's all I'm asking for. My goodness, people.
I'm definitely curious what he's got to say about the CinemaSins guys.
I got to tease it. What am I doing? Or at least let's get closer to that sub mark. We're getting pretty close.
Well, we are getting close.
29. Holy mackerel. Thank you, guys. Actually, that's enough. Let's give it a minute while this catches up and see if anybody has the balls to give $1 $1 to hear some CinemaSins goss because
Right
I know
on.
it's just going to get to them, and I at least want to say, look, I did it for $1, Jeremy.
There we go. There
There it is, $1. Solomon.
Yeah.
Solomon Bartkowski. Thank you, man. You did it. All right, somebody else throw $1 in there too, so you don't. Solomon's not the only one. And I'll keep giving the goss. So yes, that CinemaSins episode was really Bunda. Thank you, man. $1.09. Oh, here we go. How hard is it to get Red Letter Media to collab? All right, Joe. There's another one. I'll come. See, now we got some gossip coming. Woo! Yeah. Are you guys hearing me in the shot? Can you comment and say yes? We hear in the wide. Did you hear me in that wide shot? Make sure I know. 5. Did you hear me in both of those shots with the browser up and browser not? Sorry, just let me know so I can make sure I'm going to go to that in a
text
minute.
our friend Andrew because he
let me
said
know.
something about it.
What were we going for? CinemaSins. So CinemaSins, I have no problem with CinemaSins. I actually really respect them, and they found a format. The truth about CinemaSins is they started similarly timed to us.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say they ripped us off. They did its own format. Not that they did their own format. But they showed up pretty close, and I could sell that was gumming. And as a smart businessman at the time, I said, well, I'd rather them work for us than compete with us. So I actually had them write an Honest Trailer.
I remember that.
Is the back skinny on this. So they wrote an episode of, I think...
Fast and Furious, right?
No. Way before this.
Before that, okay.
Way before this. When CinemaSins was starting, I caught them earlier on. And they came on board to write an Honest Trailer. I think it was for Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
Okay.
This was way early. Like, I'm talking Avatar, Avengers early, like Dark Knight Rises. So they wrote a script, and it was okay. It was fine, but it just... I think we both just could tell like it wasn't jiving for them to do that, and I think they were realizing why would we join Screen Junkies when we're having potentially our own
Doing
success.
some
So
good stuff, yeah.
they were smart in that regard.
Yeah.
So that's where it started. So I had a contact with them for early on, and we were always back and forth polite. And then they started taking off, and good for them for doing that. And then they wisely realized, well, let's do once a week. And then they beat us to once a week. And then they were like, well, let's do twice a week, and let's only do that on the channel. And that was wise because they had this SEO expert who worked for them and knew how to play the algorithm game and all that stuff, which wasn't Jeremy. The other guys in that was just a massive person to get all that stuff. So they pretty quickly beat us.
Wow.
From a view standpoint. So there was always a little bit of a
little
rivalry just because, we wanted to perform, and we were always like, wait, why are they beating us? We should be. But ours was I still think is a little harder to do because we really have to edit it. It's a lot more editing. I mean, that's not fair. They edit a lot, but theirs is more linear, where ours is we have to go find all the clips, piece them together, put the music together, do all. It's a lot of just creative editing. Theirs is. I'm not trying to knock their editing. Please don't take this out of context. I'm just saying. I did one, so I know it was easier to do the everything wrong with when we did the Spider-Man. It was way faster for us to do that than it was an Honest Trailer.
Okay.
And from an editing standpoint, from a writing standpoint, you watch the movie, you watch it again with the room, you take your notes, your jokes, and then you pitch which ones are best, and then you write them up, and then you're watching it in timeline. So as you're editing, you know exactly. All right, you don't have to keep finding clips because you're just going to the points. So. I always thought it was a little easier, and so that did give me a little frustration. But they were always very nice to us. They came out and visited. They did movie fights, which was very generous of them.
That episode.
And we had a very nice, respectful, but I think competing relationship healthily. That was always nice. And then we did this car show. Where we did a review in a car.
This is why I asked the question. What you're getting at?
Yeah. So we did this show in the car, and he lost it. It. Jeremy was just so upset because he just assumed we watched everything on his channels. And he had this other show on his sub-channel where he reviewed films while driving in a car. Now, look, at the time, he sent his army at us, and just he made this video on his personal channel, which he thought was being the better thing because he didn't put it on the CinemaSins channel. Thank God. But he really tried to take us out, and he hit this thing it causes plagiarism, and we betrayed their friendship, and how dare we? And this was all a video that he had at the time, and it really hurt us. It really made us mad because we were like, dude, I personally wrote him throughout the whole process and said, this was a sponsored thing. I can't just pull it. This is not something we're doing again. This was Toyota came in and wanted a show, and no offense, Jeremy, you didn't own the format of reviewing movies and cars.
I've seen it before. Chris Stuckman's done it before.
Yeah, a lot of people. Nostalgicratic had done a version. So it had been done for so long. And I was like, what are you doing, man? Like, it was an honest mistake. I'm sorry. We'll figure it out. I even offered to pay him part of the commission at the time.
That was
people
being
don't
too
know
nice.
that. Yes, like people say I'm a jerk. No, we tried because we knew like we don't want to have a beef here. So we tried everything we could, and then finally, I said, "Look, man, just please call me. I was busy with my kid and some meetings," and he was like. I was like, just call me after work. I have to talk to sales and figure out what can we do. And he just didn't wait. He posted this video just completely torturing us.
Damn.
And it was brutal. And do anybody remember this?
Remember.
Us and the guys there, we were really distraught because we're like, what the hell did we do? Like, we didn't even mean to upset him. So that really caused a rift, and it really upset me, and it really sort of showed sort of this weird judgmental reaction that I really wasn't a fan of. We managed to smooth it. He eventually pulled the video down and then did a tweet as like an olive branch, but the damage was done. For months, we had the pitchforks like Screen Junkie steals and blah, 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 and it was never what we did, and it was really unfair of him. And so that always stuck with me as sort of the bad taste in my mouth.
Damn.
That made me really just like, come on, guys. Like, that was just totally uncalled for and petty, and we were being gentlemen. We talked to you. Like, who cares? Like, it was an ego thing that he did, and that bugged me. And so I'm sure he has his own issues about me, just like I do him. But at the same time, I've totally moved on. I actually gave them a nice tweet a year ago, just supporting them because I'm impressed with their longevity. I support what they've done. I'm Jeremy and the crew, like, good on you. But yeah, there was a period there where we had a beef, and it was true. It was a beef. We tried to play it off, but no, and I suspect that really bugged him. It bugged me, and we never really engaged then. So there's your CinemaSins story.
Hey, appreciate it. Yeah, it was pretty obvious coming watching that, especially that the sponsorship one. That's when I definitely put the pieces together. But I'm glad you guys are, semi-okay right now, because I'm a fan of both of you guys.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think... look, I think the format's stale, but I think Honest Trailers is too. So I'm going to call out my own work on top of theirs. I think both formats are getting stale, but it is what it is. It's still successful, and they're killing it from a numbers and subscriber perspective. So
and shout out to Cinema Wins. It's kind of a similar format. It's a different person, but I like his channel too.
Yeah, I mean, Joe Blow said CinemaSins is 90% voice, 10% actual movie mutters. That's my biggest complaint of theirs. Is just I wish they'd do more gaffes and actually have more what's wrong with it. A lot of times it just is little jokey jokes, as he calls it himself. Okay, so we're going back. I saw a couple other people came before. How hard? Thank you, Bunda, for the $1, and I got $2 for telling that story. Thank you, Joe R. How hard is it to get Red Letter Media collab, dude? That was hard because they did Dark Knight Rises in our Honest trailer, and it was really hard to get them on board. And they were great to work with. I'm drawing a blank on their names.
They're very funny, but I don't know their names either. But they're very funny people.
I've had too much to drink and I'm so tired. But yes, there's Rich, and then there's oh man, that makes me look stupid. But anyway, there's the two other guys, the video store employees, the main guy, the dryer one. He was not as big of a fan.
Oh,
he didn't want to do it, and the more nice one who was on Screen Junkie show. He was more vocal. Let's try it. And then he came on the show a bunch more at the time when they were sort of growing. And then they had fun with it. And they sort of made fun of our format because we did this thing called the questions run where it was like, why did they do this? Why is the plane on this? And how did no one know the bat wing was on there? So they did it. It was really fun. We found that from their Prometheus video, which you haven't watched. Their questions on Prometheus, it's a riot. And so when we saw that, we're like, please come do that for our Dark Knight Rises in the middle. We'll call you out to get subscribers. I know it helped them. It helped both. It was a good move.
Awesome.
But we tried to get them again later, and they passed. And now I feel like they've turned their own. They can do whatever the hell they want. They're sort of outsiders, pretending to not be influencers, but they're influencers. And they sort of play like they're not, famous people with clout. But guys, you have clout, so it is
exactly
what it is. So it's a little bit like, yes, I love them and respect them, and I like their viewpoint, and congrats. But I do find it funny when they're just making fun of everybody else. It's like, guys, you're part of the same system. Yes. You are. Sorry.
No, I definitely agree.
And
got a couple more in there.
Going through these. Thank you. No, did not hear you in the wide shot. Oh, damn. Bummer. Both shots? You didn't hear me on both shots? Okay. So I guess I can't cut to that. Jeremy has a lot of parody accounts. They're known as the Jer Army or Proper Jeremy Force, Ghost Jeremy. So any names like that aren't Jeremy himself, thought I'd let you know. Thank you.
Jeremy, get a job.
CinemaSins drama. Will, thank you, man. You paid for it. I told you the story. Thank you for that. Come on. I'm sure there's other drama people want. Throw some super chat dollars down. Oh, here we got another one. Wow. Thank you, man. Here we go. Hey, man, I really love all that you're doing. If you could only watch one movie for the rest of your life, what movie would it be and why? All right. So barbecue networks. Come on, man. I already tried to put you in a timeout. You get one more timeout. If you don't listen, I will be blocking you. Sorry, man. Ian loves when I call. Can you tell I just don't give a shit anymore?
You really don't.
Is it obvious yet?
I love it. I love it.
What else can they take from me?
I don't know. You're being too nice sometimes. I'm
not going to be a jerk. I was a jerk. I'm trying not to be a jerk. Everyone thinks I'm a jerk.
Don't be a jerk, but you got to be real at the same time. And I love it. You're sticking
I'm being
up for
real.
yourself.
I'm trying. I'm giving the guy. Everyone deserves a second shot. They do. They do.
Oh, for
unless
sure.
they're jerks, and then.
But I don't know about 5 shots. I don't know.
One favorite movie that I watch over and over again. Probably Shawshank. Yeah, is it in your shot?
I knew that was what you were gonna say. Yeah,
Shawshank over there. That's why it's up there. I mean, it seems hokey, but no, it was the first film I saw as a kid. I was 14 when that came out. That really inspired me to make movies. It had every genre in it.
Yes.
That I was like, wow, it surprised me. It made me laugh. It made me cry. It really just took me on a journey. And then that ending, not to spoil it, but oh my God, it's a forever old movie. You guys should have watched it by now. But I didn't see it coming. And I was like, and they pulled it off to what you want it to do, and then still really hit you in the gut. And you're just like, man, what a film altogether. Just a amazing project that I can watch that again. And I watched that with my girlfriend who had never seen it, and it was just when I can watch that with someone I care about, like for the first time and experience it, it's always like my favorite.
That's
so from
awesome,
a watchability standpoint, yes, that's always fun.
Movie's definitely a treat. Mine would either be Back to the Future or Django Unchained. Those are 2 of my favorite movies of all time, and don't make me choose, but it'll probably be Back to the Future. Yeah,
Django and Back to what a difference.
Very different, but they're my 2 favorite movies of all time. I would watch those millions of times.
Both of those are good films. I like them. I'd probably pick Back to the Future just because of the time. It's been around longer.
Yeah,
it has
it
the
still
test of
holds up.
time.
Yeah.
But I do really like Django. But it probably would not be anywhere near my top 100 even. I don't even know if I put it in the top 100. I mean, 100's a lot. There's a lot of films.
This guy's a hater.
Yeah, I'm a racist.
Freaking Republican. Jeez.
God, you red pill jerk. Thanos, Jeremy, Inevitable. So that's another one of those Jeremy accounts. Thank you for the warning. Hey, man, if you're paying, say whatever the hell you want, man. I'm not going to read the John Campea line. Sorry, I missed it. Did you guys all look up that John Campea hates black people? I missed your laughing. Go do it again. Go Google, search John Campea loves black
Definitely
people,
worth
and watch it. Sorry, I probably shouldn't be plugging that over and over again, should I? That's too real. See, am I being nice now? I'm not being nice now.
I mean, you just... Shout out to John Campea.
What it is.
All right, man. We got, 22 more left.
Yeah.
Can we get to 100,000? Let's do it, guys.
It went down a couple.
It did go.
Some
I saw
Campea
that.
fans.
I put up with your shit long enough.
I like the beer scene in Django, says Chicken Sandy. What do you think?
That's a good scene.
Tom, I'm going to start reading some comments at random. Tom Austin, SJ movie fights and Collider movie talk used to be good.
What do you think about Collider right now, by the way? Let's ask that question.
I mean, look, here. You want me to be honest?
Yeah. Honest answer.
No one's. They're not. I need a couple more dollars to really. I'm spewing.
Who wants to hear what he's got to say about
Collider? You want me to tell Collider
and
some of these fandom channels?
Ooh.
$5. How much money was spent on that SJ app, and how much did it cost to shoot each show?
That was a disaster. Let's talk about
video
that.
At least. I watched that Campea video at least twice a day. Oh well, thank you, Bunda. I sent it to him. He's a good buddy. Thank you. You're the best. Don't swallow ice, anybody. Oh yeah, that's what it is. He's referencing the clip.
Yeah.
Thank you, Solomon. I'm glad you enjoyed it too. Is there anything bad? Okay, hold on. Is there anything bad on Alicia Malone? No, there's nothing bad on Alicia Malone. She is a delightful person. She was
very
always respectful.
pretty and nice.
I'm not even going to say that. Don't be a sexist. Just call her out for her looks.
I'm so sorry for calling her pretty. No, but she's very intelligent.
Of course, people find yes.
She won a lot of fights too.
She's
very
a fantastic person.
Yeah.
Never had any beefs with her. I hope she didn't have any beefs with me because she never said any, and I didn't know.
Shout out to
her.
But
I massively respect her, and I'm so proud. And I saw her on like the Oscars. She is legit, knows her movies, and she played along with the Marvel stuff as well as she could just to keep it going. And I respected that she tried her best. But man, real films and the old classic films was always her love. So I was always proud and very happy for her. One of those people I'm sad I've lost contact with because I totally respect her. What were we asking before they asked about the app? That was it.
I think that was the last
okay.
one.
So the app, I can't really get into this. I'm not going to go into the specifics of the business of Screen Junkies and all that stuff, just because I don't want to get in trouble and I don't want them to say things. But I will say from my experience from working with the app, so meaning I'm not going to tell you how much things cost, but my experience with working the app was frustrating. I was sold one thing and you guys got something else is the reality to that story. And we worked our butts off on that thing, and we really wanted that thing to succeed. And I was very frustrated because it was just not marketed. We didn't know what we were doing, and I thought people did, and we just didn't have the right team in place to design the app, let alone market the app. Interns of Field was something I was immensely proud of, and I think was not as good as anywhere towards the boys, but was like a early precursor to that. And they did another show called Powerless, Spencer's Concept. But I was a huge fan on that, of that show. And I think it would have done better had we just publicly released it or found a more bigger platform to release it on. But because we just threw this pay platform and didn't warn people and get them involved in the journey ahead of time, we sadly didn't succeed. And if we had released some of those shows on YouTube and had to build a new channel, I think we would have had a whole different business model. But I at the time launched news because I knew, like, in case this doesn't fail, we need something else on YouTube where we can be launching stuff or promote this show, because every time you put something on a main channel, it can bring down the number of views of the other stuff. So news was something I really pushed for and tried to get the funding for, and brought Roth in, all these people, because I wanted to do that. So that leads into sort of the drama. If anybody paid, let's see. But that's where I can.
Was Cleaver? How do you say it? Clever? Were they any upset that did any of them lose their jobs when you guys took over that channel, or was everything good with them?
No. I mean, that they just weren't using that Clever Movies channel. So we turned Clever. I knew we had that Clever's Movies channel, and I was why aren't we turning that into Screen Junkies News? I was like, duh. Like, it has a bunch of, it already had 1 million views. Yeah. They were just going to junkets. It didn't mean that they couldn't still be involved. But I was like, let's give the platform and try and give it a shot. Smosh had Smosh Games, and people had multiple channels. So I thought, let's do it.
Right.
So we did turn that over, and that was definitely my leading. There were even execs at the time who didn't want to do it, and I kept pushing for it, and I'm glad we did, because I think it was an important part to have a daily thing. So let's talk about it. James Tyler just dropped $2. Talk about Collider. Also, how is Hector Navarro? Got no problem with Hector. He was always very nice to me. I know he doesn't like me now, but he was always very polite to work with. Such a gentleman. Knew his stuff. Loved doing Talking Dead with him. Got no beef there. I know he's got beef with me though, so I don't want to engage with him on that.
That's very humble of you. Like, all these people that have a problem with you. You're still honest. Like, yeah, well, I still like him. I still respect him.
He's
don't die on me, bro.
He's very in that bubble. He believes wholeheartedly in believe women, liberal, all that stuff. And so I'm not going to change his mind. That's his viewpoint. And I'm not saying it's wrong, but I'm just saying it is what it is. He was always polite, though, to me at the time. And so I'm going to judge him on how he treated me then, not how he's treating me now.
Good.
But Collider. And so I'll talk about this. Look, when I made news, and they turned it into FANDUMB now, so that's not what I do, so I can speak about FANDUMB. It's not I don't work at FANDUMB. FANDUMB and Collider, all these formats. What I'm frustrated by, as I'm an upcoming film YouTuber trying to do this, what I'm frustrated by is this fact that they're just releasing an hour-long video because they're lazy. They release an hour-long video because they're lazy, and then they have their editors chop them up into 10 more videos, and then they release them all out, and then the combination of all those views, sweet views, then becomes something that's manageable. And the problem is, like, that requires a lot of big staff and everything else, but the talent doesn't want to sit there like I'm doing, like you're doing now, like a lot of people are doing right now, where we have to react and do it.
Yeah.
Even like Grace Randolph, I often am making fun of her, but man, her hustle, I can't knock her hustle. Her hustle is off the chain. Like, she is there reacting like that. So I respect her in that regard, as I'm now humbling myself down at the bottom. But all these channels like Collider Live and FANDUMB, they're just doing these like long sit for 2 hours with the talent so they can go do other stuff.
Yeah.
And then we'll edit them out the pieces and we'll do it. And then FANDUMB doesn't have the smarts to at least edit the pieces out. They just do an hour-long chat.
Yeah.
And then that's a long video. And that was never my goal. It was, if I was still there, I would have tried to do more ongoing clips, more topical stuff, and not just done the thing. But they have other programs to do, and they're just trying to squeeze that in as a thing. Gotcha. And the reality is, like, Collider Live is doing it better, at least because they're reacting as often as they can, and then they are chopping out those clips. Campy does it too. They do one quick thing, and then he just spends the day editing it. So, look, I'm not knocking it. It works, but I think it's frustrating just because it's a machine. they're not sort of genuinely. There's not an editor there like, all right, well, what are we doing with this story, and what's this one, and what's this story? And I think it's just more of like here's 5 topics, go talk about them, we'll clip them out, someone will just do a thumbnail, we'll put them all up, blah 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 blah, blah. And that's now this regurgitated news that everyone's just doing. So you were saying you wanted to do that format, so I was I see.
No disrespect to it. I understand it. It does seem like a lazy format, but it is effective, especially if you are a busy person. So I agree with what you were saying, but yeah, I'm probably gonna copy it. I'm gonna keep it real.
Well, you know, but it's not that busy. It's still busy because the reality is when I have to work and I can't fund myself through this, which I'm currently not able to do. But thank you for these chats and check out my Kickstarter. You can go give there. We're getting close, 18 away. Let's keep going. You down to keep going because we're 18. Holy crap!
And I want to see this honest trailer.
Yeah, I will succeed if we get there, and or if you guys give enough money before then.
Barbecue Network, go somewhere else.
I thought I banned them. All right, now it's too late. Bye-bye. See you. Hide user on this chat. I can't remove them. I'm just going to add bye-bye. Sorry, you've been blocked. You've been publicly blocked. I guess I'll just go make a dummy account, and then once he starts asking those questions again, this guy just pointed out, and I'll get rid of him. Sorry. Is that real enough now? Is that real enough for you, Ian?
It got too real.
What was your question, though?
Damn, I forgot.
Sorry, I lost my train of thought.
We
were distracted by him. We were talking about getting closer.
About the format of how Collider does it when they chop things up. They do like a 2-hour show and then they chop it up.
Yeah. They do their podcast and then they do it and then they chop them up so they can have 4 news stories. So that way you click on the big video and then 4 more videos. So look, I get it. It works. Do you guys see you guys are okay with that format, or would you rather have Christian or somebody else or John pick 3 videos during the day and actually care about them and spend his energy doing that? What would you prefer? I mean, to me, that's the better method, but I understand why you can't always do that. It's taxing.
I think you're arguing quality versus quantity when you
correct.
Yeah,
yes,
I get what you're saying.
It's quantity versus quality, and I get it. Sometimes I stacked a week, and I get you have to do it sometimes, but I do wish there was a little bit more a little bit of heart into it. But at the same time, they got a lot of shows they're doing. I get what it's like when you're there. So I'm not trying to knock it, but I do think the format is becoming a lazy machine. Does that make sense?
No, I get it. Shout out.
So there you go. That was answer for you, James. Thank you,
James Tyler.
Oh man, this
guy's overdosing on Mike's hard.
Ooh. All right, Django Fett, is SJU where to ask you back? Would you go? If SJU were to ask you back, would you go? Man,
would they ask you back on your own show? Pretty gangster question.
What do you think, guys? Should I go if they did? Ian, would you want me to go back?
I don't think you should go back, but I would, if things settle out and, apologies are where they need to be and you guys have an intelligent conversation, you guys get into a good spot, I would love to see possibly a collaboration, but I do like what you're doing right here. But I would love to see a collaboration possibly in the future if, things get better, but that's your personal issue with them. That's just what I would love to see as a fan. As in go back to take over what you had or get your same spot.
No, that's never happening.
No, I wouldn't like to see that anyway. I like.
No, I mean, I'm not doing that, and they would never have that, so that's not an option. But I think the reality is, would I go back? I don't think I would go back, to be honest.
Not even a collaboration?
I would do it with people who left that world.
Okay.
So if Dan or any of those people made their own things and they wanted to reach out and we could privately sort of talk and figure out, let's do it. Let's have a mea culpa or let's call each other's BS out. I would prefer to do it that format off of theirs and do it on our own that we own because I'll be honest, I think Dan, all those guys should leave and create their own channels. If I were giving them advice, that's what I would do. They're in the corporate system. 100%. They're lost in it. That system is broken. It's not going to last. You can't keep funding it. Dan should be out making his own reviews and his own channel. I think all of you would support it.
We would love to see Dan doing his own thing.
As I would too. I would watch it. He could do it. He would make more money. It would be a better move for him. And he has the fandom and the actual fandom and the support that I think he could do that easily. Everyone respects him in that space. They would show up and support him. And I think he could easily be at the level of a Chris Stuckman.
Oh, 100%.
And I think
even
it's
bigger.
Crazy that he doesn't. And I think he's just when you're working with a company and you're a team player, you're afraid of, well, what do I do? But I'm telling you, man, back me up if you think I'm crazy. Would you support Dan? Should he be on his own? Should he go solo? That's my 2 cents.
I agree.
So would I go back? No, but I would go back on his thing if we were able to talk privately and I could genuinely apologize to him and he could explain what happened on his end, and we could try and find some sort of common ground there to talk again, I would totally do it then.
Right on.
That's your answer. Juns, is that something I'm not supposed to say? Guns buddy. Okay, I'm paranoid now. Why haven't SJ talked about what happened to you? They had plenty to say before. Keep up the good work. I'm rooting for you, bud. Thank you, actually. That's very nice. I don't know. I don't know is the answer, sadly. I also, I can speculate. I'm sure they're being told not to, is my guess.
PR.
Company, I clearly am litigious. I've proven that. And I think there's probably a legality to maybe why they don't want to talk. And I think there's also just people don't like, stubbornness. People don't like to admit they're wrong. And I'm sure they don't think they're wrong. And I'm sure they have their own things they want to still defame me with that, possibly. They probably still think I'm a jerk or did things that are still unacceptable. But I mean, there has to come a point where like, okay, well, do you want me to just never work again and I'm just forever tarnished and forever kicked? Like, at what point, guys, do you want to stop ignoring that I'm part of that channel and I created it? And it's like, I think they're also slowly just turning into fandom. Yeah. If you don't notice, someone has people, my birds as a Game of Thrones style. People loop me in on drama, so I don't have to deal with it. But I notice it's just becoming fandom. Which makes me sad if they just eventually lose Screen Junkies. Like, why didn't they just give it to me? Let me do it. But if they don't want to be associated with that anymore, cool. Go be fandom and throw it to me. Let's say, look, we don't want to be associated with Andy and Screen Junkies. We've given it back to him. We wish him the best. Move on. That would be a kind of a cool way to do it.
That would be a great
Let them do their own thing. They can keep honest trailers. Whatever. That's really all that matters. But I don't know, man. I don't know why they're doing it. I think it's saving face. I think it's legal reasons. I think they don't want to get cut in the mud. But I think it's a bummer. I think I probably shouldn't be talking like this and probably shouldn't be as vocal. But look, what the hell do I have to lose? I mean, it's ridiculous what they went on a show and just publicly defamed me
quickly, like in a week.
And
I believe.
I'm sorry, that was not okay. That was not okay that they did that. The way they did that and that speech they gave, it killed me. It was literally a shot to my head. And so they can say whatever they want about me, but the reality was they had no right or place to do that. Is the reality. And so anybody siding with all of them still, and the person who accused me, it just angers me because it's like they're just blind, and it just shows there's a bubble and just stubbornness, whatever those things are. Yes, I am being accountable for things I did, but man, they did some things wrong too there that they do need to eventually address. Do you disagree with me, Ian?
Oh, absolutely. I've been campaigning for hinting it's okay to be a human being and admit you're wrong. Nobody's gonna think less of you. But yeah, I do agree that they do owe you an apology. That's my lane of it because I was not there. I was not in that camp. But coming from an outside look. You brought your receipts. You admitted your wrongs, but you showed that you were right in some areas. So yeah, definitely. You've proven that you deserve an apology.
Well, thank you. That's where I stand. Tell me what you guys think. First of all, go subscribe to this guy. Come on. If you're here and you've been subscribing to me, go subscribe to The Controversy. Yeah.
Thank you, man.
He does a lot, and I know it's tough, man. And I watch you doing it, and I see you doing it, and I know the struggle, and I'm struggling too. But
I'm trying.
You're way lower than me, and you deserve to be higher than where you're at because you're giving it your all, and I know it's what you want to do. So I see it. I appreciate the hustle. I see it. Appreciate the friendship. So go give The Controversy a link. Subscribe to. It's down in the comments because I'm going to keep showing up there. Hopefully you'll keep showing up here. Yeah. Let's make this happen. But
we're going to keep doing
true friend here, man. I appreciate you always come when I call. And just so you don't think I'm using you. I'm here too.
No, he needs a black guy on his show. Yeah, he does. That's what it is. I'm just kidding.
I have a lot.
He does. Dude, on a personal note, I know you need to get to these comments, but on a personal note, I've noticed even Louis C.K. said this in a stand-up after he was quote-unquote canceled. All of his true friends have been black. after being canceled.
Yeah, well, that's nice because I like Tampa here. I'm not friends with people because of who they are. I'm friends with who's cool.
Exactly.
And in Tampa, it's like a real melting pot. You really have all types of people, and that just shows my genuine self because
for sure.
I hang out with whoever's fun and nerdy.
Absolutely.
It doesn't matter what color they are. That's just ridiculous for people who would do that. So. All right, so going back to some of these things, thank you. Here we go. Jizzle, is that something I shouldn't say?
Jizzle Dupes. Sounds like a rapper's name.
Jizzle Dupes, yeah. I guess that's safe. Was Jamie Kennedy hard to work with? That one show with him where he was being weird with Alicia Malone always stood out during SG+. That is a funny one. Good deep cut there. Did you ever watch that? Were you a member of SG+? Come on, be honest. Ian.
For a little bit, then I was too broke to keep being a member.
But you watched a little bit.
Yeah, I did.
All right, so you're a true fan. Thank you, man. Yes, that was a weird episode.
B-Rad, his
I really appreciated his honesty. I really appreciate how
we
real
got
he
10
was.
more.
Woo, 10 away. Holy moly. I really appreciate his honesty. But yeah, I wasn't a jerk, and I tried very carefully to make sure I was on with Alicia's eye. I was like, "Are you okay?" Like it was clear, and she was okay because I knew Alicia enough, and she admitted this at the end. And I said, "She's a person who would say, get off of me, or don't touch me, or I'm uncomfortable." Like she would call it out when she has a problem. So I never thought she was like threatened, but he did get a little touchy, and he mentioned it, and he was a little annoyed, but he didn't mean it. I think that's just the type of person he was.
Okay.
She didn't seem to take offense to it. You'd have to ask her how she really felt, but yeah, he was a little touchy. It was too much, and he did apologize, and it was what it was. He was here in Tampa. I tried to connect with him. He did write back. He was a good guy. He's a funny guy. He's just of a different era. He's just not to trying to make excuses, but I don't think he's actually done anything wrong. But some people are just a little bit more like, "Hey, what's up, man?" And it's what some people don't like that. And in this climate, you can't do it. But I don't think he meant well. I don't think he was malicious or trying to actually harass her. And she didn't ever just display that to me. So, but yes, it was weird. I think weird is a good way to say it. And I told him afterwards, and he felt bad and tried to make it up. So. That was what it was. Be the monster, be devoured. Thank you, man. That's a nice donation. I appreciate it. Didn't even need a question.
Dope name, by the way.
Dope name, be the monster or be devoured.
Ooh, we got 5 more, guys.
We're 5 away. Holy moly. I got to get our 2-shot going, but it's not going to work. So you'll have to come into my shot. All right, here we go. R.I.P. John Schnepp. Yes,
Absolutely.
Good one, man. That bothered me. Obviously, I know it bothered a lot of people, but he was a really good dude, and I hated that I lost him with him thinking I'm just a complete monster. Not to be selfish of it, but I always hope to reconnect that. It was a bummer. We lost him so early.
Great creative mind.
And a bummer that I know he unfollowed me and a bunch of other stuff. So I was always bummed I couldn't try and make that better or be there for him. I supported his Kickstarter, his book he was doing. I was a fan. I definitely am sorry to see him go. He was a good guy, generous, funny, smart, knew his comics like nobody else. So genuine guy. And that was really sad to see him go. But also really just nice to see how many people professionally in the Hollywood, everyone came out to support him.
Yeah.
That was really special.
Rest in peace.
So I like that. Rest in peace, John. That was definitely a bummer. Can we get a lot more live movie parties? Cheers. Yeah, this has been pretty fun.
I had a great time.
We're actually more viewers than I am on Wednesday. So man, I can't do it every Saturday, but what do you think, man? Like every other.
We got one more left.
Every other Saturday, we should just do another Q&A, or once a month we'll do one of these. We are one away. Someone left.
Bastard.
All right, keep these comments coming. I'm going to stay a little while because you guys are here with me, and we're about to get there. Keep subscribing. Let's get past 100,000. What was your favorite show on that ran on Plus?
Shot!
Oh my
Congratulations,
God,
brother.
it's growing. Oh my God, we did it!
We did it.
100,000,
100,000, baby.
100.
Ooh,
Wow.
this smells like high school.
Woo. Oh man, back baby.
Hey, you deserve it, brother. You've been working hard for it. You deserve it.
Cheers, man. Thank you for everything and being here with me, not making me not do this by myself.
We did it. You deserve this, man. Like, what a real Cinderella story, man.
That is amazing. First of all, thank you. Try not to get choked up. You've seen it, man.
Yeah.
If I'm being honest here, like, it's been a rough 2 years, guys. And I just want to keep trying to make content for you guys. I really love it. I love talking movies. And I had a dream job that I just so freakingly stupidly threw away. And I did so many stupid things. And I'm trying to come back stronger, healthier, more positive, apologetic, with taking accountability, not being a jerk. I really want to bring that attitude and that doesn't give a shit type of feel and calling people out when they're being idiots and respecting people better. I want to bring that to this channel, so I hope I can continue to do that. And now crossing this threshold seems minor or big, but it's huge to me. I didn't think I'd get there, especially this fast. So guys, it means the world to me. Thank you. I hope you'll stay tuned. The algorithm is, we can speak to this. The YouTube algorithm is just the worst. Like, you release a video, and certain videos don't even get out to you guys as subscribers. You have to go click that notification bell. And so it's really hard to make this content day to day when that's all you're doing and you're putting everything in and you devote these hours to put it up and you're up and it's live, and then you get 400 views because YouTube didn't even want to promote it. Or you get 1,200 views if you're lucky. And I know you're getting even worse than that.
Yeah,
starting
for sure.
at the bottom. But It's rough, man. It's hard to get there. So please, if you like what you're watching, you're tuning in, even these several hundred people who are watching me, when you see one of those notifications, click it on. Just let it play in the background, even if you're busy.
Absolutely.
Just keep the player playing.
Yes,
you'd be surprised how it helps. But I would love it as I'm trying to rebuild this, because then it'll get me back to the place. But my God, 100,014.
Absolutely.
That's insane. I can't believe it. Thank you so much.
We did it. We got some
cheers.
great donations.
And we got
too,
more
man.
comments. I'm going to stick here with you. Let's see how much more we can go for a little bit. It's for at least till midnight. We'll rock this line, and I'll celebrate by watching something, whatever you guys vote for.
Yes.
Throw $1 to vote. Do you want me to watch the honest trailer just to end game?
That's what I want to see.
Or say what it is. Now's your chance. Vote. Whatever gets the highest dollar amount at the end, I'll watch either the beginning of a movie fights.
Okay.
Maybe the first one I didn't do, or I don't know. We'll pick that.
It's been a while since I've watched movie
Tell me what you want me to
fights.
watch, or an honest trailer. I will do it for you guys. I will go back there. But let's go through some. A lot of you were asking comments. Let's stick around a little bit more, because this has been a lot of fun. Wow, I can't believe we went there. Thank you.
We did it.
We just lost one, but hey, we're still over 100. All right, where were we? Can we get live movie parties? Yes, we will do that, Jonathan. We should do more shows like this. This is fun.
I do.
We can engage with you guys.
I enjoyed the bar one, though. That's your birthday.
Favorite show on Plus. I love how Does This Hold Up? Does It Hold Up, held by Spencer. It was really fun, and it was really great because we got like John Turteltaub, who directed National Treasure, all these big movies, and we had him come talk Three Ninjas, and he was just sitting there like, "You brought me in for this dumb movie?" It was so fun, and I love Spencer. He's so funny, and it was just so fun. He did the homework, and he really brought it.
That's
and
awesome.
so I loved when we got those filmmakers into like, does your movie hold up? And watch like Three Ninjas with the director, who went on to direct some huge movies.
Oh, of course.
So I always love that one. And someone said Flickbait. I love Flickbait. Flickbait, that was definitely one I tried to like make happen for a long time, and then finally just talked everyone to doing it. We hated doing those live shows every day. We already had so many. It was so busy. But that show, we just I thought, let's be unorganized. Let's be a little messy. Let's try and bring personality back. That's not just SJ News. Like, let's just have fun with it. And it seemed like we were friends at the time. Clearly, things changed. But that was always a blast for me to do. And I was bummed they just pulled them all. I don't know why. I think there was a lot of just weird, questionable stuff said in there. And I don't know why they pulled them. That was a bummer. I wish I downloaded them before they pulled them, but you can't even find that show anymore. But
Damn.
That show was a blast to make, and I want to try and at least get the vibe of that show with my Wednesday fandom show. I'm trying to get there.
I did like This Is Hold Up, though. It did change my mind about Space Jam.
Yeah, Movie Games was fun too. That was really good with Jeremy Johns. That was just having those trivia. And Interns of Field was just my personal. That was such a dream to make. Came together so well. I really loved it. All right. Fandom, yes, Fandom went on for 50 minutes about one news topic. Happened to be Eddie Murphy when there was so many other stories that day. Yeah, that's weird. I did an Eddie Murphy video first, and I did it for like 8 minutes, and did really well because I did one, said my piece, uploaded it, moved on to another topic. Sometimes that worked. Yes, and Giovanni Fernandez says, I love the Flickbait. Abel and Brandon said, I love Flickbait. Giovanni says, I love the SG Plus shows. Yeah, it was a fun time. I missed that. James Taylor, who else lived in the bubble like Hector? I mean, everybody. A lot of them did. We didn't really talk politics, but we were all liberals. And I think a lot of them, I mean, it's pretty, whoever you think probably was in it. You think?
I assumed.
Yeah. I wasn't thinking about it, the bubble at that point. Eliza Santiago, prayers to my mom, please. 78 with cancer and pneumonia.
Prayers to her.
Eliza, prayers to you, man. I'm sorry. That's rough. I hope you figure that out. She's okay. I'm not a religious guy, but I send you good vibes. I send you positive thoughts. That's how I do it. So totally there for you. I hope she's okay.
Hey, for real.
That's family is always the most important.
Absolutely.
So yeah. Let's get Andy to 2,000K. Yes, I got all night, brother. Jonathan, I love it, but we're only 15 over. And
I like that name,
slow
Jar Jar
down.
Stinks.
Jar Jar Stinks. Roxy is insufferable. She sucks all the energy out of conversation or joke. Look,
I'm not going.
I'm not going there.
I like the name though.
I didn't
Jar
have
Jar
a problem
Stinks.
with Roxy. I will say this. Roxy and I always had very respectful, engaging conversations. I respected her highly. She's a no-nonsense person. She always says it like it is. She never had any problems with me until, oddly, a year later. when something came out that I don't know what the hell she's talking about.
Like it was a trending topic to talk about.
Yeah, and I don't know. There was one story. I'll tell a story. It's a risky one, but I'll tell a story if you guys drop some coin.
Oh, snap. Do y'all want to hear a Roxy story?
I'll tell the truth. I got it. I've been waiting for her to tell the truth because I'd like to be able to defend myself from vague accusations. But I'll go ahead and I'll tell the one awkward story we had, which I think it more points to her than to me.
Okay.
But
I'd love to hear that.
I want someone to. I need to drop. Let's come on. Drop something big here at the very end so we can wrap for this. And also, I need your votes. Do you want me to watch it on Australia or do you not? Someone pay to not watch it, and you'll win. But let's send those in as we wrap things up. How did we get back
we got
in?
a $20 question.
That we didn't see?
I guess that's what.
Oh, thank you. Oh, sorry. Thank you, Toddy. Podcast stage. Congrats on the milestone. Question for you: do you all have a favorite horror film? Ooh, thank you for pointing that out, and thank you for that. Come on, that was really
shout
nice
out
of
to
you. Podcastage.
And
Thank
shout
you,
out
man.
to my girlfriend's the one that acknowledged you.
And Podcastage actually has reached out to fix my sound. Podcastage, thank you. I'm gonna call you. Let's set it up so you can actually fix my sound because I know my sound is all over the place.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna follow up now that I recognize. Thank you, man. You're an awesome dude, and thank you for that donation. We will follow up. Let's do it so you can make sure my sound is better. And barbecue is back. And sorry, buddy. Thanks so much. See you later. I'm going to talk about it because other people asked nicely. See how that happens? And didn't go crazy about it. What were we saying?
Favorite horror movie.
Favorite horror movie. What's yours? I think.
Oh, man. I like this new It movie. I ain't going to lie to you. It's not really scary, but I love the story and I love the vibe to it.
Yeah, it was good.
Very good, and I'm looking forward to it too. When it comes to blood and gore, there's this independent movie called Red, White, and Blue that I think you guys should check out, man. It's really good. It's more thrilling, but I would say it's in the horror category, but it's more of like an independent. The best horror movies, in my opinion, come from like those Sundance movies. So that's what I would suggest. Red, White, and Blue. What about you, Andy?
I was looking behind me for it, but I must have hit it. I must have hit it, but I was going to find Sleepaway Camp. Have you guys watched that one? I love old slasher films.
Oh, yes.
Old Friday the 13th sequels. Those are just a blast to watch. But I think The Exorcist really scared me. You know, it wasn't really a horror movie, but a movie that scared me when I was a kid. Do you guys remember the movie Fire in the Sky? It was like the true story of the alien abduction. It starred, I forget, D.B. Sweeney, I think. There's like this scene where he's like in a phone booth naked, and he's like, "Go help me!" Oh my god! As a kid, that freaked me out because it was like based on a true story. And then this guy's like abducted and probed, and it's terrifying if you think it's real. That one always freaked me out. But I think Exorcist. I like The Shining. I like
classic.
I like Scream still. It was a fun movie. I liked. There's so many.
The Scream still.
I'm not a huge horror guy, to be honest. But,
I'm not really either.
I'd probably say The Exorcist is just the most freaked out classic horror film. All right, there we go.
We had a couple coming in.
A couple more comments. Thank you for that donation. Have you heard from Mike Carl? Thank you, Solly. No one's asking or paying for the Honest Trailer, Ian. I think you're the only one.
Well, I still want to see it.
Pay attention for these. What have you heard from Mike Carlson? No, we weren't that close, to be honest. He was always Hal's buddy. I love Mike. He was one of my favorite fighters. I have I always a huge fan of him. I haven't heard from him. I haven't heard from really anybody from that world. So that's what it is. Let's see here. There was a bunch that came in. I'm just making sure I didn't miss anything. Okay, great. Thank you. We had, scrolling up, there should be a way just to have these pop up. Here we go. Jonathan Martinez, congratulations from Kissing Me. Well, you're close, dude.
About an hour away.
Yeah, hit me up sometime. Maybe you'll hang out at one of our Nerd Brew events, nerdbrew.com. Third Man 3, Skype call, honest talk on no ID politics. Yeah, well, good question. I don't know if we need to do Skypes. Maybe, I just don't want BBQ Network to call in. That's why I'm afraid to give it out. No offense, but maybe at another point. I'll still follow up with you. Thank you for the $2, though. Happy. Will, happy for you. You deserve it. Onward 100 to 1 million.
Shout out, Will.
Thanks, man. That would be a dream come true. Abel and Brian, loved your ASMR and Flickbait. Man, that was so much fun. Hello, everybody. Ooh, if anyone wants to pay for one, I'll do one right now.
God.
No one's paying. Oh, here we go. $2. Have you heard from Mike Carlson? I just paid that. Nope. Answered you.
There was a couple more.
So is he being mean?
Y'all be nice to each other in the
Here we
chats.
go.
Be nice to each
And
other.
there we
Love,
go.
peace, and chicken grease.
Khalid is telling everyone to unsubscribe. Haha, that's funny.
Oh.
Ooh, there's some bad comments here. I'm not going to read out loud.
Yeah, be nice. Be nice, guys. Love, peace, and chicken
you guys,
grease.
James. Sorry, I hope I got your chat there. I'm going back. Jonathan M, thank you for the $1.
Appreciate it, brother.
Is this okay to say?
Bumfizzle Bro. Bumfizzle Bro. Another rap name.
Okay, there we go. Bumfizzle Bro. Please watch the first movie fight after you left. It was so awkward and bad.
That'd be a good one.
All right,
That's
there we
the
go.
one I
$5.
didn't want to see.
Congrats. Congrats. Were any movie fights wins predetermined from harsh realities for $1.99?
Ooh, he's asking if it was a fixed election.
No, honestly, I'm trying to think if there was like anything where it was.
There was a lot I disagreed with you on, but I didn't think they were ever fixed. But I was just like, really? I would yell at the TV at you, bro, sometimes.
Yeah, no, it was never fixed. I mean, there were times where I just knew a win would be better. There were producer choices. Does that make sense? Like, as I was a producer there, and I realized, yes, sometimes I gave a point to keep the show more entertaining. Absolutely, because that kept you guys more engaged. But usually not. Surprisingly, that didn't happen as much as you think. Because sometimes I would get so into the show that I didn't really follow through and remember to do it. No, it wasn't fixed. I mean, it was a BS game. There were no real stakes to it. No one took it that seriously.
It was like,
I mean,
whose
some
line
did.
is it anyway, where the points didn't mean shit.
Yeah, but people took it seriously. But yeah, no, it was never predetermined. I never was. I assure you, I had never had it out for anybody to try and screw them from it. If they, I think the one who did that most was the Four Horsemen guy. What's his name now? I'm so tired and drunk. What's his name from the Four Horsemen?
I don't know. What's
John Roca.
Okay.
Roca always thought I had it in for him. I didn't. He always brought an iPad, and I liked his preparation, but he just would read scripts, and I would call him out for it because I'm like, live in the moment, brother. You gotta be here.
Shout out to him, though. I like him.
Yeah, I liked him too. He was always fun. Him and Mance going back head to head was always one of my favorites. I'm getting to all your super chats. I see a bunch, so I'll get to them. If you keep sending them, I'll keep answering them. Thank you guys. This is very amazing for you guys. When you first left, they changed movie fights to 2 people forbid. It wasn't great. You should react to one of them. Congrats. Okay,
I agree.
Now we're at 15, so I guess they want me to watch.
I think it's
going to
be
fights.
the movie fights.
Okay, you got it. We'll find it in a
one.
second. I gotta find out how to get the sound going, so bear with me. $20 from Harley to tell the Roxy story. Okay. There you go.
I guess you got to tell it.
Look, and the only reason I'm doing this is because she went on Christian's show and called me out. And she said that I was inappropriate and often inappropriate and then didn't get specific about these things. And I'll be honest, I don't know what she's talking about. I've tweeted at her, asked her to respond. I probably shouldn't be engaging back and forth, but
I'm sure
then her piece showed up on Phil DeFranco's show, and now a lot of people are using that as ammo, like, oh, well, you were inappropriate. I don't know what she's talking about. There's one story where it was awkward for me, and I'm going to just come clean because she's come forward publicly against me, so I got to defend myself. There was one moment we were doing I always supported her. The only thing I probably didn't do was give her a lot of time because we had so many shows, but she did Flash and Friends, TV fights, and I had 100 shows I was responsible for, channels, everything. And she just wanted attention, as every talent does. I'm not knocking her for that. But there was a lot of times I sort of just let her do her own thing and wasn't there to give as much feedback, I think, as some people would like. And then I'd show up and have a big note or something, and I think that annoyed people, and I can see why, and I'm sorry. But, that's just how it was working in the room. But, that was the one thing I apologize. I wasn't there for her. I always respected her. I put her on as the new judge of TV fights because I believed in her. She came from Christian, and I really was a fan of her, and she got flack in the beginning. People made fun of her voice and thought she was annoying, but I trekked through and made sure she stuck around and did it because I believed in her, and I always respected her. And she's a straight shooter, like I said, so she never had a problem with me to my face. She only had a problem with me after the fact, which should tell you something. There was one point where we had an awkward exchange. We were doing a photo shoot for Flash and Friends, the show. And she came in and asked me, which wardrobe do you want me to wear? One was super revealing and like tight, and one was a t-shirt. And she's asking me, what should I wear? And that's an odd spot to put me in,
it's
is it not?
It's a very odd spot, yeah. I wouldn't know how to respond either.
And so, she's a straight shooter, I'm a straight shooter, and I was like, well, whatever you want. She's like, what do you want me to wear? And so I was like, okay, well, one's revealing and will clearly play to the boys who think you're attractive, and you're going to play that up, and you're welcome to wear that. The other one is a t-shirt, which you are also welcome to wear because it's a nerd show, and I don't need you to wear slutty things in the show, but I also don't want you to feel uncomfortable. Wear whatever you like. That's the 2 choices. I'm helping you point it out. If you want to go sexy, great, go sexy. I'm sure the audience will love it, but I don't want you to tell you to go sexy. I'm totally fine with you wearing a t-shirt. And so that was the exchange we had.
I can see how that went awkward. I could see that.
Yeah, and it was awkward, but it was like, like I felt awkward, she was awkward, and I don't think it was inappropriate because I think it was mutually inappropriate. And we had this exchange, and I tried to explain it again. I'm like, listen, I pick what you want. I don't know what you want me to say. Like, pitch which one. I told you what those two choices mean. I'm not going to pick one or the other. I'm fine with the T-shirt, to be honest, but I don't want to like slut shame and say you can't wear what you want to wear. And so I called her out for what it was. And so she, I think, felt weird in that moment because I did it there were witnesses to this. And then later she came and apologized to me in my office and said, I'm sorry I did that. I get now I put you in a weird spot. And I apologized to her. And I said, I'm sorry if I put you in an odd spot. I didn't mean to. I felt like I didn't know what to tell you. And we're always straight shooters with each other. And I respect you. Do wear whatever you want. And I had people come to me after this happened that said, Andy, you handled that well. Like, that was weird. And I think you did handle it as best you could. That was the only awkward exchange I've ever had. And I don't know if she's going to play that later and miscommunicate that. But I said what it was. And I told her what it was. And that's the only exchange I've had with her. So these talks of me being inappropriate to her, they really bother me. And they're really unfair. And she needs to talk to me. Roxy, please, I've asked you, call me. Let's straighten this out. Come on the show. I'll come on your show. I'll come on Collider. I respect you so much, and I'm sorry if you felt inappropriate at any point. This is news to me. I don't understand what you're referring to, and I think it's unfair to come out last December when I'm knocked down and just be vague. And if you're going to come out with something, and let's have it toe-to-toe, because this is a culture where you can't just come out and make an accusation anymore. It really affects people. And your statement, I ignored for a while, and then it got picked up in a huge statement that has 1 million views. And now it's saying like I'm harassing my coworkers, which is not a truth. It's just not a truth. So it annoys me. It gets me mad, as you can imagine. Yeah, chime in, Ian. Get me out of this.
I'm listening to you like everybody else, but yeah, I definitely agree. If you're gonna say publicly something happened and you want to defend yourself, maybe give a little bit more detail on the issue. Since you were publicly enough to say it. Now, if it was a private issue, yeah, you don't have to talk about it, but you did say it publicly, so let's give a little bit more context. Maybe he's leaving something out of the story. It seemed like an awkward Larry David moment from what this story was.
Yes, I think that's a fair summary.
That's all I got out of it.
And she may have been uncomfortable in the situation.
Possibly,
and even though she apologized later, and I apologize if you were, I'm telling you, I felt uncomfortable in the situation, so that's what. Right. You did apologize to me, so I thought we were good.
Let's all have a conversation, man. Like, seriously, we're all in the same. We're doing the same stuff. We're fans of each other. Let's just talk. Let's be human beings and adults and talk about it.
Yeah, and I'm totally down to come, and I want to have conversations. If she doesn't want to talk to me anymore, then don't bring me up, and I'll leave you alone. But you brought me up, and that's why we're having this conversation. I'm fine moving forward onto and ignoring it. It is what it is. But people are asking me, and I'm not going to just keep ignoring it. It is what it is, and it's frustrating because people are judging me based off something that I don't even know what you're referring to. So I'd love the chance to clarify or explain myself, or maybe there was a miscommunication, or maybe there's just nothing. We can let publicly move on. Ball's in her court. I don't know what she wants to do there, but that's where I stand with her, and it is what it is.
Shout out.
So thank you. But yeah, I'm not. Everyone's just rude to her, and
yeah,
I saw
don't
this.
be mean to her.
Everyone's just like talking about her looks and everything, and it's like, dude, I'm sure she hears it all the time, and I never did that to you. It's so frustrating because I never fell down that well. People would think I did, but I was never inappropriate to you in that way, sexually or harassing you or belittled you, and so it really offends me that you're gonna call me the bad guy. I know for a fact she worked with other people who did do that to her, so it's like, what? Really? You're gonna come after me just because I'm the easy target? Come on, Roxy, like that's just not cool. Like, I always respected you. I gave you a huge platform, and I stood up for her. And so that one hurt me because I don't like that when people say I'm doing something that I didn't. So that's clearly a triggering point for me because it's frustrating me. I'd love to get that clarified, and I would love to do it personally, privately. So I've tried to, but she won't engage, and so reach out anytime. I will not scream at you. I will listen to you. I would love to have a conversation and sort this out because I think something clearly is bothering you. Please let me know what I can do to clarify that.
Much love.
There we go. So much love to Roxy and respect. Leave her alone. Please don't harass her.
Yeah,
Please don't sexually objectify her. That's all lame and gross.
Don't be a part of the problem.
Exactly. So there we go. Told you the story. What is your favorite? So thank you, Patrick Quenville. What is your favorite Crowder Change My Mind, New Change My Mind, Nerd Edition in mind? Love watching debates and having these discussions. Thank you, Patrick, first of all. I like that is there two genders, if I'm being honest. I thought it was something that I always thought, well, yeah, no, of course there's more than two genders. And hearing him out, it made me think. Because to me, the one thing that's complicated in that topic is we do need to legally quantify male and female. And he says that clearly. And it was just something I hadn't really thought about, and he put it in a viewpoint. I'm still not fully sold, but at the same time, he opened my mind and he had some interesting conversations, and it made me think about like, can someone just now be a tree? Is that suddenly what we do? Is that where it's leading? And I think he has some fair concerns, and it brought up an interesting viewpoints that I never really took. And it doesn't mean I'm against LGBTQ and all these things. So it's like there are sometimes more complicated issues, and I appreciated him allowing that topic to be heard, so I could try and grow more.
Right on.
So that was one I liked. As for new Nerd Wars, I also liked Is Trump a Racist? It's a complicated one because I think you could easily say he is, and you could say things he did are, but at the same time, people like to call Republicans racist. I mean, they're calling who'd they just call? They're calling Quentin Tarantino racist right now for doing what he is. I don't even want to ask Ian if he thinks Trump's racist because I imagine you can say yes, and I don't want to go down the well, but I think it's just complicated, and I understand why certain conservatives are frustrated with people just assuming that that's what's happening because it is more complicated. And I'm also just delaying now because I don't know where it went. I lost the live stream capability. Here we go. Okay. This isn't where I'm supposed to be. Live community chat. All right. I can't now. Can I block people here? Okay, great. Yes, cool. All right, we're still in this. So there we go. James Taylor, I skipped your $5 super chat. What did I do? I'm going back up. Would you consider? We'll get to third man. Sorry, bear with me as where did his super chat go?
Oh man. Might be up there.
This is frustrating. My thing just quit. Wait.
Crowder definitely comes prepared. I disagree with him a lot, but he definitely does his homework and he's ready to have that conversation. So props to him on that. But I disagree with a lot of things he says.
Do you want to jump in on is Donald Trump racist? No, let's not do it. I lost a lot of comments. I'm sorry. The thing cut. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
Ping
guys.
me again. I'm looking for your comment now specifically, James. So why did this go away? Sorry, I know this is not very fun to work.
Sorry, guys. He's in a different format.
It's something just screwed up. You skipped my chat. I wish it would tell me. Does it tell me here? 1 second. Bear with me, guys. Does it tell me the comments here too? It might. James, when I skipped it. Ask it again. Come on, brother.
Let's put the video on you. I'm not doing anything.
Sorry. Recent events. I don't see it. Live actions. Sorry. I lost it. My thing crashed. James, I thought I hit you. Hit me up again, or I'll look for your actual.
Yeah, sorry about that, James.
Tell me what you said. And then third, someone's had something about. Here we go. Would you consider The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi SJW or ID politic movies?
Ooh. Well, Star Wars is a political franchise, whether you guys want to admit it or not. You know, it's a different time now that politics is a big thing of our culture. But Star Wars has always been a political thing, always, especially in the prequels.
Yeah, I mean, and also thank you for delaying because I'm still trying to think. Do I find identity politics? Is that like racially, like forcing diversity? What does it even mean?
I don't know because I don't think race is an issue in a galaxy far, far away with all the species that are just made up off the top of their heads. I don't think race has ever been an issue with them. I don't know. They got bigger issues. They've evolved, unlike us.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think I have no problem with who they cast. I don't care who they cast, but I don't think it was forced diversity or any of that stuff.
Oh, you're talking about the actual cast. I thought you meant like in the screen. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no,
I misunderstood
casting,
that.
they cast a black person and an Asian person.
Okay,
They're
that's
forcing those
subject.
in. I have no problem with that. I think that's ridiculous. Of course, they should cast whoever they want.
If anything, Star Wars should be one of the most diverse franchises of all time. But I mean, I understand the diverse forced conversation nowadays. I get it, but I don't think Star Wars belongs in that conversation.
Yeah, I don't really think I need you to clarify more of what you think, what you mean. So if you want to ask that again or whatever, ask. I don't fully understand what you're asking me. Identity politics. I'm still learning a lot of political terms and things. What are you specifically asking me? Do you think I did? Let's go to Ethan Evans. Wow, thank you, Ethan. That's a big donor.
Shout out.
I always thought you and Dan were super close. I know he didn't necessarily defend you back when you were first accused, but was he at least willing to talk to you behind the scenes to get your side of the story? I'm since you just donated a lot, I'm going to answer, but I've answered this. No, none of them did. Nobody did. Nobody in film Twitter did, is what I'm really trying to say, because I don't want to specifically call out Dan or anybody, because none of them did. No one reached out that morning, and I've said this in some interviews, and I've said it before, and I'll say it to you again, since you dropped $25, and I can use that. That's grocery money.
Thank you, Ethan.
Thank you, Ethan. No one did, and I look, Ian, you say I'm always too nice, but it's like I think I understand why they were upset at me. I think why they wanted to distance themselves from me. At the same time, I think before everything sort of got out of hand, they had an opportunity that morning to text me or to call me, make sure what's going on, what me and my family, are they guys okay? I thought we were that close. And you can say, oh no, what you did was too bad. No, I don't care what I did. If I'm in a similar situation, and if you, Ian, you kill somebody, if you kill somebody tomorrow, I'm going to be livid with you, and I'm not going to support you, but I'm going to make sure you're okay. I'm going to call, make sure your family's okay. I'm going to just check in and say, what the hell happened, dude? Why would you do such a stupid thing? How are you got to go, you got to pay the price for this, man.
Absolutely.
I'm here to make sure you pay the price for this, but this isn't cool what went down. That's the point. And if he
Human
murdered
beings,
someone, I'm still going to be there for him to ensure his family's okay, that he's not going to kill himself. People make huge mistakes in their lives. If you are a friend of that person, you reach out when they're dark, and you don't just assume they're monsters. And that's what really made me mad. It wasn't about, they just believed it all. They believed everything, and I think they still do, because a lot of them are still defending what's-her-name. Yeah. And so it's frustrating to me because that's not how I think friends act, and I don't believe you should, and I don't mean to call them on blast. I'm not even talking about anyone specifically, so don't go blast them. We're having a private chat here because we're having a super chat. Don't leave them alone. Please leave them alone. Like, you can talk to me about it. I'll talk to you, but just move. I want to move on. I want them to move on. They have moved on. It's not about fighting with them. But yes, if you're asking me my feelings, how I feel, yeah, it hurt. It was a bummer. At the same time, I've moved on, and I don't need to talk to them anymore. They've shown their cards. I know who my friends are, and I don't need to hear from them. I'm happy to talk to them if they want to. I'm happy to answer any questions they have if they're confused. But I think they owed me a phone call. And they might say, well, you owed me a phone call. Fair, and that could be something they should say, and maybe they'll say that. And I feel like I've said it again, and I've said it a million times. I'm sorry. But I'm in an awkward spot because, I have talked to a couple people from there, and it's clear no one wants to talk to me. I've asked around, and I feel like I'm on the outside, and I don't want to go privately ignore them and make them part of it. They know my info. They can reach out privately. I'm not going to call them and say people did. If they want me to say this is off the record, it'll stay off the record. But the reality is nothing like that's happened, it is what it is. And so because nothing like that, I would say no comment if something else was happening. I'm not going to say them by names, but you were going to say something.
Oh, I'm mirroring everything you said. If you did something to harm me tomorrow, if we had an issue or something, I definitely would call you. I would come see you or something like that. Whether the conversation, the tone of it, I don't know what it would be, depending on the situation, but I wouldn't make a video about it. I would definitely talk to you up front and see where we're at.
You wouldn't post an updated video saying that I'm not the man you thought I was?
No, I would never. No. Nah,
good. That's a nice thing to do. Good job.
Because that's what humans should be doing. We should have conversations.
Not just believe a mob and just assume the worst and just kick people while they're down.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Cool.
That's how I would handle it. And man, I would love to see this reaction video. Wouldn't everybody like to see that? Oh, 100,000 and 16 subscribers of yours. Wouldn't they like to see this reaction
Well, I
video?
got to call out Tom. Andy said all the super chat money was going to the channel, not groceries. How do you think I eat? How do you think this channel gets made, dude? Everything you see on this channel is this guy right here. Everything I've bought, this guy right here. You don't think groceries feeds this guy to make what you're seeing right now? Give me a break, dude. Come on, don't be a jerk. Don't be a troll. Groceries are part of the bills. What do you think? Do you think groceries you having grocery money, does that help you be able to make YouTube videos?
It does.
It's the most important bill
it's the most
for making YouTube videos.
I have a family to feed, brother. Come on.
Amen. Very adorable family, as do I. And
Thank
so we
you.
got to support that family,
for sure.
our family. So that's what you're doing. Great. So I think we got everything. I lost. Oh, here we go. Joe R. Wow, thank you. And I've got to wrap this up so I can, I guess, watch the movie fight since you asked it. Come on, one more vote. Anybody, last chance. Throw a little super chat down. Get me over that edge. Let's see how much we want to give to watch the first movie fights.
Yeah.
Oh, God. I'm sure I'll get dinged for that. Can you elaborate? Oh, wait, sorry, no. Oh, wow, I got a couple here. Sorry. Are you still vegan? How hard has it been? Am I vegan?
You asking me? I know you are because I make fun of you for it all the time.
No, I'm not vegan, Ian. I was making fun of you because I knew you'd follow it. I'm a pescatarian.
Pescatarian. All these labels.
I didn't want to talk about this, but he asked for
Dude,
$3.
seriously, I gave this guy beef ramen noodles one time. He rejected it. He said, "How dare you bring this into my house? Leave!" And he just kicked me out. And I had to eat them by myself. But no.
I said shrimp ramen noodles only. Because I'm sure all that powder crap is the same. I would eat the noodles, but not the powder. Because I'm sure that... Did you know McDonald's, their fries are not vegetarian? They put beef flavoring on their fries.
Oh, that's why they're so good.
Yeah, there you go. It's gross. It is friggin' gross. Good. They do show up here now. Now we got these things,
awesome.
so that'll help me see what happens. Yes. So I'm pescatarian. I try to eat vegan as much as I can, but it's hard in Florida, and it's just hard to sustain. It is a little harder, but because otherwise I just rely on carbs to be cheap and easy. But the reality is, yes, I still do it. I love it. It's made me better. I've gained a little bit of the weight back, but I lost a lot. But I definitely feel better. I lost a lot of weight because I worked out. I went running when I was really distraught and lost everything. I found running as my sort of outlet, and I try to do it. But now I have so much work and family responsibilities and things that it's hard to make that workout time. But I still make a point to make it happen because that's really, for all of you out there, if you're looking to make change or lose weight, the veganism will help. But so is just getting out and running once a day or every other day.
Look good, man.
But I try. It's not that hard. It's hard. I don't miss the meat is the reality. And the Impossible Burger or Whopper, it's freaking good. So that's your answer. And then here, a couple more. Here we go.
You had a
Oh, sorry. They're all coming in. Thank you guys. Third Man 3. And go subscribe to The Controversy. Come on. Another plug. The link is in the description. You'll see the description. If you click them, you'll go subscribe to both of them.
Baby.
He's worthy of subscribing. I hear a lot, Geeks and Gamer especially, that Disney shoves ID politics into Star Wars. They take what Kennedy directors, writers say in the media and apply that to the actual movies, i.e. feminism. Okay. So I don't agree with that. I don't know if that's true. I mean, look, you could say the same thing about Marvel, right? Because Marvel is making Captain Marvel. And the reality is I do think they have then ID politics. If you're going into that, like, yes, I think they absolutely think they don't have enough female characters, and they need to rush in some more female characters in order to make that relevant to today's audience. And so, I absolutely support that. I think it's important to have equality, and people need to be in these films. Do I think they're forcing it in? I don't know. Disney does seem to be want diversity right now. That's clearly working because it's making money. The reality is, if it wasn't making money, they wouldn't do it. So I think if anything, they're forcing. It's making more money. Yeah, I'll get there. You
Okay.
when I get this.
Yeah, Toddy, I got your text. Thank
you.
Get
It's
there.
just making sure we don't miss super chats. But anyway, I think if anything, it's not ID politics. It's just money. And I think feminism, diversity, it's in right now. Audiences are buying it. They bought Black Panther. They bought Captain Marvel. They went to Crazy Rich Asians. Studios see this and go, oh, wow, there's a bunch of groups we aren't getting content to. Let's provide videos to them. Man, what's going on? We literally can't get past 15. I don't believe it. Somebody else. Let's go to 20. Come on. Help me keep spreading the word. But I think, yes, is there some of feminism being forced in the movie? Sure. Does a woman like Kathleen Kennedy want to support other women and make sure they're part of Star Wars? Sure. Do I think that's a problem? No.
No. Yeah, there's women and people of color on the world if you haven't seen them. So, yeah.
I do think, making a movie just to make a movie because it stars a female, that's a mistake. You want to make sure it has a good script or it's going to bomb. I have no problem with inclusion. Of course, little girls need characters to look up to. Absolutely. So that's not the problem. The problem is making sure the content isn't just forced in for the sake of getting it out and making the content better. So I do think Star Wars is trying to make, the content better. Oh man, this is so much. I don't know what's in it, but I think they want the content to be better for sure because they need Star Wars. Star Wars is in a bad spot. We'll see where it goes.
Yeah,
but my God,
it can go anywhere. We'll see.
It really can. I'd be cutting the wide shot more, but apparently they don't hear us on it, and I'm gonna have to figure that out before we do our live watch.
All right.
Video +1 for the movie fights. All right, so they really want me to watch movie fights. Here we go. I'm not saying. So here we go. Answer the James question he posted. Oh, sorry. There's a bunch coming in. Thank you, guys. I'm going to get to them all. I respect you so much. Good job of being so strong through all this.
John.
Yeah, thank you, John. Wow, and thank you for that.
Much love, man.
That drop. That means a lot to me. And then you had another one here. Rivers, answer James's question. He posted it in the chat.
What?
Toddy, can you go through and find me James's super chat question that I missed? I have someone on it. Third Man, I'm saying Star Wars is more of a movie that is not written well as opposed to a movie where Rey is a feminist and lead trying to drive an agenda. Marvel's more like that, so is Black Panther. I don't agree. I don't think there's a feminist agenda. I think there's a human agenda. And I think
I think this guy really is very sensitive about this subject.
Yeah, no, look, Third Man, I'm not trying to be mean to you. I think this is where we have a difference of opinion. This is where you are, and it is what it is. And thank you for having a dialogue with me. I don't necessarily agree. I don't think they're forcing feminism down. I think she's just a woman, and I applaud that. I think little girls need female heroes.
For sure.
The problem isn't Rey in the movies. The problem is the script.
It's the writing.
It's
yeah,
the writing.
absolutely.
It's the script. There's nothing problem with her.
I'd say the same thing about Captain Marvel. I really don't have a problem with Brie Larson as an actress or even the character of Captain Marvel, but I think it was horrible writing when it came to that. So women.
I agree. So that's I don't think it's forced. Another point here is that Campia is a way off. That they don't force diversity. I don't know. Is he saying that? Does Campia say they force diversity? I'm not going to judge there because I don't know if that's true. Can you react to an episode of Movie Fights right now? I'm sure someone will donate $20. John, hello, I'm trying. Drop the money and I'll react to an episode of Movie Fights. We're so close. We're trying to get there, and we're going to get James' question. But come on, drop $20, somebody, and we'll go do it. The barbecue is raw. Throw it out. Check the comments. Is that because of the barbecue guy? Yeah, I've been trying.
Yeah, he's in there. I've seen him a couple times.
Hide user on this channel. Yeah,
Jeez,
come on,
man.
dude. You are just
go to sleep, Barbecue Network.
Go to slide. Thank you for everybody ignoring him. He's just trying to troll us, and just I don't know what's going on, but it is what it is, and that's sadly why we're not opening the chats today because I just know he's going to call in.
Here's the question.
Oh, here's the question. Can you elaborate on your interview you did with Ian on losing access?
Oh, okay. Nice. I'm glad you watched my video. Thank you, brother.
There you go. It's on your channel.
That's
I was like, who's Ian? I was like, oh, right. My Ian Ray.
That's me, baby. It's Ian, baby. Thank you for watching that video.
For a second.
And remember, I believed Andy before it was cool, and I was friends with him when it wasn't cool.
Yeah, you got a lot of hate when you did that interview.
I did. And those comments on that video do not hold up.
Oh. Thank you. The high five for thank you for believing and doing that. Holy moly, what just happened? Sorry, we're going to do that, but did someone just drop that?
Yes, somebody dropped that. Let's elaborate on that and get to that other one.
Holy crap. $100. Ethan. Thanks for answering that question again for me, my guy, but there's another random question. Which director... sorry, I'm going to come back to your question, I promise, now that we have it, but Ethan just dropped $100. He's keeping it 100. Ian's like...
That was a corny line, but I loved it. Yeah. He's keeping it 100.
Here's a random question. Which director do you think understood the character they made a film for the most? Donner and Superman... Ooh, this is good. Raimi, Spider-Man, Nolan, and Batman. Thought a non-political question was needed. Thank you, Ethan, for saving us.
Thank you, Ethan. Yes.
Wow.
I agree.
All right. Then I want everyone to think about this. Which? I gotta block this guy. Which director do you think understood the character better? All right. So Donner and Superman, Raimi and Spider-Man, and Nolan. So Nolan and Batman's out. Surprisingly, I don't think Nolan knew Batman. I think he knew Bruce Wayne. Because I have a problem with the Nolan trilogies. Dark Knight is great, but it's Heath Ledger's movie.
Of course.
Anyone who is blind to the rest of the movie doesn't hold up as much as you think it does. It is Heath Ledger's movie, and it's amazing. But I don't think he's the best Batman. And I don't think Dark Knight Rises is a great film. It does not hold up, and over time, people just are blind to it because they love Nolan.
I actually thought Ben Affleck was a good Batman. I didn't like BVS, obviously. I made that scene on our last show. But I thought he reminded me the most of the Batman animated series. I liked his
Who is
swag.
the best Batman, honestly?
Yeah.
Kevin Conroy,
yeah.
Animated series Batman.
Absolutely.
So I think I'm just trying to eliminate one. I'll probably get rid of Nolan first. Do you disagree with me?
No.
So then it's down to Donner and Superman and Raimi and Spider-Man. And the truth is, I think Donner made the best Superman. It was just, to me, Superman it's a little cheesy back in the day. So that's the problem. But I don't know if Maguire is the best Spider-Man.
No.
So when I come down to it, I think Holland's better.
Holland is, yeah.
And
Raimi's Spider-Man was good for its time, though. And so I think 2 kind of still holds up.
Yeah, it's weird. Actually, I'll say this. I'm going to plug something. Hugging the Cactus, guys. Check out my Kickstarter. It's also in the link. One of my first guests, I actually got to talk to the director, Dale Wheatley, who did a film called Don's Plum. Do you know what this movie is?
No.
You guys heard of Don's Plum? You can go free Don's Plum on YouTube.com. Free Don's Plum. It's this movie that Leonardo DiCaprio and Tobey Maguire blocked from being released in the 90s because they were part of the P posse. I don't want to say it, but back in the day when they were sort of young upstart guys, they made this movie called Don's Plum right up before Marvin's Room, Basketball Diaries time, like before Titanic. Leo was in this film, and he tanked it. He never wanted it to get released. So anyway, I've learned a lot through talking to this guy. He's one of the episodes of Hugging the Cactus where I talk to people for second chances. So go please support that show too. This money is all helping too, but I'm going to go check that out because giving will get me to tell these stories more. But I already shot a pilot with him, and he talks about Don Plums, and he talks about Tobey Maguire. And if what he's saying is true, and I believe the guy, Tobey Maguire is just a jerk. Like, he's a really insecure, crazy person. And I'm going to hear more on the story, so go check out the Kickstarter too. But my point is, like, I'm starting to dislike Maguire, so there might be a little bit of personal choice here of what's happening.
Can't be biased, Andy.
So I'm being a little biased
Yeah.
now. But the more even before then, I never thought Maguire was the best Spider-Man. He was good at the time. I love the film. It was a good film.
I still think he's better than Garfield, but I do think Tom is the best at this time right now.
Right, but Tom's better because he's younger and more high school. Maguire doesn't sell that.
I agree. I do.
So my point is, there's flaws in Maguire's Spider-Man, is all I'm pointing out.
Yeah.
So Donner Superman, aside from the cheesiness of the error, sound like JFK. Aside from that, he's really a good Superman because he saves people. He means well. He's standing by it. It's cheesy. But I think Christopher Reeves, man, how do you have a better casting than Christopher Reeves back in the day as Superman? He was fantastic.
Good. Yeah, I definitely agree. Absolutely.
And he defined a superhero genre. I think him and Burton really were iconic in creating the superhero movies, whether cheesy or not. So I got to go Donner Superman. I think he really got it, and I think he cracked the code. So thank you for that. It was a fun debate. I'm curious what you think, Ethan, but that's where I said. What do you guys think? Everyone's impressed with you. You are a rock star. Drop me an email, man. I'll plug you another time sometime because that was a huge drop. It means a lot to me. Thank you. Was there anybody else? What was the question I put off?
Oh,
I got distracted by
the one. Sorry, from I think it was James's question about you
on
elaborating.
Your show, losing access.
Yeah.
What did I say? Do you remember?
I think your quote was like, "My access is gone." I actually don't remember either, but I do remember you did say something like, Hollywood has pretty much blacklisted you, and you can't really work with others to that extent, I guess. At this time.
Yeah, I mean, losing access in like Hollywood access.
I think that, I mean, maybe James, if you're in the comment, please.
Yeah, well, I mean, can you elaborate on the interview you did with Ian losing access? As Kyle Newman and Danny Roth spoke out on journalism playing softball to retain access, journalism seeks fake. Okay, so losing access. So you're just talking about access in the studios and stuff. Let me see if I can try and answer it. I mean, I'm sad I lost access with Kevin Smith and these people because I really enjoyed working with them, but I understand why they aren't, and I don't put them on blast, please. But I'm sad I lost access to those people because I really enjoyed working with them. I don't feel like I was inappropriate to them, and I did build with them, and I would have loved to build further. So losing that access definitely hurts. I hope to retain it again and earn that by making content, being more honest, doing the work I'm doing. But yeah, of course that stings. As for like losing access to screenings and Disney and these places that give me the things, I actually enjoy it because, while I'd like to get in more screenings here, Disney's notorious about not letting in screenings, and they still are really tough to get in. And I don't think they're just like blocking me out specifically because of my background. I think they don't need everybody,
right.
And so by not caring whether Disney invites me to the screening and losing the access of like being polite to people, I think it's opened me up and made me more exciting and more honest and more real in a way that I don't think there is a lot of on YouTube. I had access. I know a little bit more than a lot of people out there. I can chime in honestly. I can call some people out. That to me seems better. So by losing that access in that way, I'm grateful for it. I'm adapting to it, and I'm okay with it. Does that seem like it answers his question?
I think so. What was the second half of it?
Journalists playing softball to receive access. Yeah, I mean, look, there's a lot of journalists who are playing softball for sure.
For sure. Yeah.
Disney doesn't want people to ask tough questions.
Yeah,
they get really, and I'll tell you a couple stories. I don't want to name studio people because they don't want to be named, and they don't deserve it. But I've been in journalists and junkets where they're like, you shouldn't ask that. That was annoying, or they're mad, etc. And look, reps and people want to do their own things, but those junkets and all that, it's a game. They want you to come in, play softball, have fun. If you take a risk and it doesn't work, you're done. If you take a risk and it works, then great. And we did a couple of those risks. The first risk we ever did was Christopher Walken reading Honey Boo Boo.
Wow.
We brought in Here Comes Honey Boo Boo scripts and had Christopher Walken
Props
and Sam Rockwell reading it, and Hal did it. Kudos to Hal because he was fantastic. He had 4 minutes. He got Sam Rockwell and Christopher Walken and Colin Farrell to read a scripted scene from Here Comes Honey Boo Boo. And it was hilarious. And I knew it. I knew if he could do it and he could pull it off, it worked. And he killed it. Hal just crushed it. He was so good at that. Literally, you get 4 minutes in those junkets. You got to like do a quick softball question, and hey, I'm thinking you'll do it. Will you read this? And they did it, and they it could have gone south. They could have been like, no. They could have told the reps get the hell out. But they were so bored in that room that they were grateful to suddenly have something funny to do. And he was respectful about it, and that's when you win. And that put us in a stratosphere. And the guy whose studio we did it for, I know, was so grateful and ended up jumping to a better studio, et cetera, because he took credit for that thing. So yeah, you got to play the game. Sometimes you got to take the risks. Junkies, and they were all awesome. So
I
yes,
definitely
that's
agree.
right.
Sam Rockwell is underrated. And did you guys see Three Signs? What a great movie.
I didn't like it as much. I mean, it was
You didn't?
fine.
I thought it was really good.
The 3 billboards
Yeah,
out of
3 Bells. Yeah.
it was
Billboards,
okay.
yeah.
I wanted it to be better.
I thought it was at that year. What was it? 2017, 18? I
it
thought it was one of
it
my
was
favorites.
fine. All right, so yeah, there's some guy who I already blocked who's saying he'll give me $1,000 for answering a question. Put your money where your mouth is, buddy.
Dude,
Put your money where your mouth is.
you won't do it.
I think I already blocked him though. Sorry. There we go. Oh, donated. So, what? He donated $1,000? No, he did not.
No, he did not. That's just his name.
How is that? How is that?
It didn't show up.
No.
Did he really give 1,000?
No. What? He likes donated CRC. What's CRC? Crypt? Is that like crypt money, like Bitcoin?
I don't want.
Did he
I
just
don't
try
want no
like
problem with no
1,000 Bitcoins? Yeah, there's some weird.
internet
He
gangbanger.
gave
I don't
me
want no problem.
1,000 crone or something. I mean, I don't know what this is, but man, all right. Well, look, you gave something because you figured out how the super chat works, but I don't know what CRC is. Can you look up on your phone what CRC is? But I'm still going to answer your question. Would you ever guest on Red Letter Media? Of course. Of course I would. I'd guest anywhere right now, guys. I need to build my channel up. I'll go on your podcast if I have time. If you have 100 viewers, I will go there. But there he did. He did it. So, Keelix, good on you. We'll see what CRC means. But I appreciate you dropping some coin. And what does it say?
I think it's Costa Rican money.
Costa Rican. It means 18 cents. Good on you, man. That was I answered it, but he did 18 cents. Good at Keelix, man. That was ballsy. That's funny. You earned it.
That's
one.
too funny. I appreciate the Keelix.
Thank you, Keelix. He didn't say in what bill he would give it. Costa Rican dollars. It's 18 cents. There it is. So everyone caught it. Thank you, Hakeem Ray. Could Marvel make a Hulk TV show without Universal? Yes, I think that's what they're going to do.
Hopefully.
I think they're going to announce it soon.
I hope so, because honestly, as much as I loved Endgame, I was not happy with Bruce Banner Hulk's arc. I mean, it seems like there's a lot more they can do with that.
Yeah, I mean, they can't because Universal owns like the film rights, which is
Yeah.
what the whole ordeal to it
Yeah.
is, which is funny to me. But I do
Distributing
think,
rights and all that stuff.
yeah, I think TV is something they're able to do or collab. So interesting to see how that'll play. But I think they will. They'll find. But I don't know if I want Smart Hulk as the show.
No, please. I was hoping for a second to be like, all right, Hulk out, but it never happened. Now that they got the X-Men, I know it's gonna happen years down though. I would love to see the Wolverine Hulk movie, man. That's one of my favorite comics.
Yeah, I mean, I would wait out for that. I think
Yeah, it's gonna be a while.
you got to introduce him at some point.
But that's
And,
what I would love to see. If that's the next time we see Hulk, I'll be very happy. If we have to wait that long.
Yeah, I think, but I think they're going to keep him in the. I think Mark Ruffalo's down. He wants to keep that going. He seems to have fun. That's going to happen. Doe the Dino asks, Andy, do you suck toes? No, not into that. I don't. No offense to people who are.
I do, man. Shout out to my girl.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. We know who your girl is. That's weird now.
Toddy, baby. I love you.
You got to ask her if she's down to announce that publicly. You even named her. God, that poor. I'm sorry if she didn't want that named. I don't know. Maybe she did. But no, I don't suck toes. Not my thing. But hey, I'm not gonna bash your kink if that's what you want to do. There was something else that happened. I thought. No, that was it. We got it. And there was another question that was funny. Sorry. Oh yeah, Vincent, do you regret naming your channel something autocorrect doesn't recognize? Yeah.
That's a good question,
I wanted
actually.
Popcorn Planet. It wasn't available. Some ghost account owned it. I thought maybe if this ever takes off, I'll go try and buy it. I don't know if I'll ever be able to afford it. And then I was like, Popcorn Planet. It's kind of like a scorched earth, you know? I'm like, oh, cool, the scorched earth of entertainment. Let's just have a place where it's like, and then I had my friend Brian made that awesome logo you see in the beginning.
Yeah, it's
Can we look
dope.
at it one more time? Look at that.
I love the instrument.
It's my direction. My direction to him was like, make me like an old VHS opening logo.
It feels like something epic's about to happen.
Yeah, like I want like
yeah.
an old like I popped in my VHS and that's like the old logo. And I have a VHS filter version too. Sometimes I use.
That's dope.
But I thought, you know what, it works. So thank you for bearing with me. It's not the best name. I should just probably use my name. But at the time, I was very afraid of my name. I had a lot of people tell me to change my name.
It doesn't matter. You have over 100,000 subscribers.
But when it happened, there was a point I really considered changing my name, and then I stuck to my guns. I'm like, no, I'm not going to do it because I knew my truth.
Real talk.
All right. Was there something else here? Oh wow, another 1,000, 1,000 Costa Rican.
Yeah, I got
18 cents.
It's actually $1.76.
Oh, $1.76.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you did too. Now you doubled up. So thank you.
Yes.
Love your channel. Thank you, Keelix. That was funny. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Someone else down at $2 Canadian. Thoughts on Red Lady Hulk? I'm not as familiar on Red Lady Hulk.
I don't know what that is. That sounds made up.
I want to. So I'm going to try this. Can you guys tell me if once this works? And I know this is annoying, but I'm going to go back to my wide shot because I want to be. We need to do this to watch the show, which I'm going to end on.
Red
so
Lady
bear.
Hulk.
Do you hear me there? I know you might not, so tell me when you do because I'm going to play with some settings. So it's going to be delayed, but say, we hear you, we hear you, we hear you, or we don't hear you. Boom. Now does it work? It should work now.
James says I hear you. No audio.
It should work now. Do you hear it now?
3 people saying no audio.
Try it again.
No sound.
Now it should work. Now
Got a
when I come
text.
back, it doesn't work. It should work now. Does this work? Hello? Do you hear me now?
Can't
Try
hear
me
you.
again. I'm checking again. Now say, yes, it does work now, or no, it still doesn't work. Sorry, I know this is very fun to watch.
No sound. No sound.
No sound. Do you hear me now? Does
We're
it
waiting.
work? Does it work? Yes. Now. Yay! You guys hear me now? Yeah. Okay. So you hear me now? Yes. 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 Woo! Now it works. Thank you. Sorry, there was a little button I had to press.
Right
All right.
on.
So now I'm here. So now I can Google things with you. What was it? Lady Red Hulk?
Lady Red Hulk. This is the first.
Anything
I've heard
else
of
you
this.
guys want to pay me to watch? Because what the hell? And go subscribe to Ian's channel because he's sitting here waiting with me. And
Is that it right there? Just
let's see
commando
here.
looking chick?
Yeah. Which one is Lady? This is Lady Red Hulk.
No, I was looking at that one. That's the only thing that looks like a female.
Yeah. I mean, I know She-Hulk, but I don't know Lady Red Hulk. Is that Lady? I'm not familiar. It looks like Deadpool Hulk.
I've never heard of her.
Fresh out. I'll give you fresh on the movies. I'll give you tips if you throw me $1. I'm turning into John Campea. Look, I don't even keep meaning to bash John Campea. John Campea is smart. He has
love him,
conditioned you guys all to pay him, to super chat him, and that's not a bad thing. Ian's laughing because I'm calling him out. I'm just calling out the honesty. You guys now are conditioned when you go to a John Campea podcast. When you want to ask a question, you pay. You're asking me questions, and I'm trying to answer my best, but I got to be honest. This takes time and money to have all this gear, and so I respect him. Please, I do. And all those fans who are paying him, good on him because he sets, he's got a profession and a job and he needs to be paid.
I'm definitely a fan.
So
I watch religiously.
I'm not even trying to be a jerk, but now I'm starting to see what he is. And if he can do it, I can do it. I'm still going to answer your questions once in a while, but just throw $1 down. Especially since this would have been a 2-hour podcast. Holy crap.
Yeah.
So anyway, there's a delay on the chat. It's because I'm going so long. I don't know how to fix that, so apologies.
Well, shoot, man. Before we head out, man, let's do a.
Yeah, I was gonna say Red Hulk is here. What is this? What is this Red Hulk? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't. So my reaction is I don't know. Lady Red Hulk. I don't know how to say. She-Hulk. I don't know. So sorry, I don't know the answer to your question, but I looked it up and I attempted to. But there we go. So now, what do you guys want me to watch? Is the question.
Should it be an honest trailer or should it be a movie fight? I think majority.
Does
of them
someone
said
know?
movie
Can
fights.
someone tell me what that movie fight is? I don't even know what am I supposed to look up?
Because it's been over a year. If we're talking about the one after you left, so I don't know which one we would start
Can
with.
someone send me a link now of what you want me to watch? Last chance to drop those.
Right now. Leave a link
Last
to which
name-
movie fights you want him to.
What's the first one back? Do you remember?
I really don't. I remember I tried 2 of them and I was not happy, so I just stopped watching them.
I mean, I'll watch any of them. Let's
So-
let's just see here. Sorry, I don't want to go look at this right now.
Yeah, it's gonna be. I couldn't tell you which one it was.
I'm not just gonna bash them either. Sorry.
Yeah, if you like it, just be honest. Be like, oh, it's actually better. I'm glad I left.
I'm gonna peruse while you guys aren't looking.
We rip
Tell
that
me-
off. So anything
here's-
that comes after.
Here's the Comic-Con movie fights. Was that good? Is that worthy of watching?
I didn't watch it. I
Movie
like her
Fights
though.
Live.
By the way,
Here we
She's
go.
Cool.
Movie fights live. Here we go. Watch the Nerd Crew. Oh, I love the Nerd Crew. Watching movie fights live. I could probably actually find it.
Some of these are old.
I could probably, if I just
So
go
you
down,
know
I'll
when-
know when I was. The last, ironically, the last movie fights that was ever done was with JTE. Really odd how happy he was in that episode. Wasn't it weird? It's a little odd. Literally the night before he's about to take me out, he's had no problem with me then, huh? Weird, right? I'm not saying there's anything weird there, but I can't see them all.
What
just
season were you
stops.
on before you left?
Here we go. Should have specified about bringing her in the MCU. Should we bring Lady Hulk? I mean, should we bring She-Hulk?
Let's
Oh,
switch
sorry,
it.
thank you.
Yeah,
Should we bring She-Hulk into the MCU? Yeah, I'm down to She-Hulk.
I'm down. I'd rather see a like a series, like a movie, not Movie Plus, but Disney Plus. I think that would be interesting with her.
With
But
She-Hulk?
No, yeah, with She-Hulk. But no, I would definitely love to see She-Hulk. I have no problem with her.
I don't have any problem with her either. I think that would be fun.
Yeah.
I want to see what happens. Would just someone else get
She
Gamma
kicks
Generation?
ass. Why not?
Christian's Meltdown. That's a good one to watch. Dude,
Yeah. Oh,
come on.
yeah.
I'm not going to call people on blast and watch things unless you donate, because then at least I can say, look, they paid me to do it. I'm not trying to be a jerk. But that's the reality. So if you want me to watch something quickly, Ian's just also like, he just wants to go home.
There's
No,
nothing
good, man.
scarier than crazy
is that?
humans that have a basically.
I don't even know who that is.
She's on Collider. I don't know her name, but I do like her though. She's
Really
smart.
I can't find everybody. So can someone tell me what movie fight, best superhero movie of 2007? Watch Christian Harlow's Meltdown. Dude, I will comment on it if you guys drop me some coin. I can't go back enough. It won't. See how it stops here. Why is that? That's annoying.
They stopped you.
They don't want me to.
They don't want you to
It's not a
see.
surprise. I can't. I'm in the playlist. I can't.
Also wears a
Aren't you,
bitchin'
come
coat,
on, go away.
and he
I'm trying to get there, but
Were you on this one in 2017?
Notice. Oh, maybe this is the first one. Is this literally? They only now show the ones. They've eliminated all of my movie fights from the playlist.
Possibly.
Is that what happened?
You might have to like manually search it.
Oh, that's depressing. They don't even want my movie fights there. Is this the first one? What will be the best? Is this the one?
It's time for Screen
Yes,
Junkies
I remember.
Movie
That's a different-
What will be the best summer movie of 2018?
What
No.
up, y'all? It's another
Yep.
edition of Movie Fights. As always, yeah.
I can't believe we're doing this. This is
And
awesome.
as
God.
always, if you
Why
are
are we
watching
doing
in the
this?
comfort of your home,
Drop
own
more coins or I'm
home,
turning it
pants
off.
optional. All right, let's meet our fighters
this is-
for the
dude,
day.
you're gonna give me
First
PTSD.
Off, you know, it's the pit boss.
Your energy was definitely
Here,
more on
there,
point.
schmoes, no.
Oh, come
Screen
on. Hal
Junkies,
has plenty of
and
energy.
today, he's a
When it came to this
birthday
though,
boy.
you were at 100 every time.
happy to be here.
This isn't it. They had 3 people on it. Guys, hurry up. Tell me which one to watch. I don't want to sit and watch this for an hour. Who's telling me which one to watch? My dollar is for Holoff's meant. Somebody throw a dollar down and tell me what you want me to watch. We're ending here in a finale because I owe you guys something. Best movie superhero of 2017? Okay. Best superhero of 2017. Okay. We went.
Type Screen Junkies.
Sorry, yes, Screen Junkies is not in the top. Notice, because I don't search for it. I used to.
There we go.
Streamed 1 year ago. Really? That's the one.
I guess.
That's the first one back.
That's actually a good question between Thor and
December 14th. Okay.
Junkies
Here we go.
Movie
Can you guys hear it? Okay.
This episode is
So
brought to you by
so this is the first
T-Mobile,
one?
man, they paid something. I'm sure.
This was the first one after you left?
I'm trying to revitalize 2 franchises.
Well, it skipped.
Excited
Yes,
to
this
be
was.
back.
I remember.
Changes are afoot. You guys
Oh wait,
said
let's go at the beginning because we. All right, here. This is it. Apparently, this is. I haven't watched this.
Time for Screen
I heard about
Junkies
this. They
Movie
made like
Fights.
standing
Yeah, I was
desks
not-
or something.
I was not impressed with this one.
Brought to you by T-Mobile, America's
Oh
best
Jesus!
unlimited
What am I doing?
network.
Somebody throw me a dollar. I'll watch Karloff's Meltdown next.
Oh, hi, Internet. What? It's Movie Fights. We're back, and we are rejuvenated, revamped, reconfigured, kind of like Matrix were reloaded.
Oh, no.
Yeah, you didn't like that.
Yeah,
Matrix
I
Reloaded
prefer the
version,
round
I
table.
think.
Why would you still make it?
But I still made it. We're going to be better than Matrix Reloaded, you guys. I'm Hal Rudnick, and I'll be hosting today, and we're excited to be back. Changes are afoot. You guys sent in a lot of thoughts. We read them, and guess what? We implemented many of them.
Did you guys really
Sorry,
make
Stoner
changes?
69. We didn't use that one that you sent.
Did anyone really make changes, or these are
to-
changes they wanted to make?
We're introducing a new way to play the game. There are going to be 3 rounds and 4 speed round questions. We'll get into that.
All right, do you want me to offer commentary on why I think they're doing the
deciding.
things they're doing?
Yes,
Would that be
yes,
fascinating?
yes.
Is that paying?
Yeah.
So I can speak to this. Dude, Movie Fights is a pain in the ass to make. It was, as is Nerd Wars. You just, when you're doing this weekly, you just run out of shit to say. And there's only so many things you can do. So I get why they would want to cut down to 3. I don't even remember how many rounds we did. I know at a certain point I cut
It was
it
like
down.
between like 4 and 5.
I
sometimes,
don't remember
right?
how
Yeah.
many we ended on, but I just know we did cut it down. So I understand why they would cut it down. And the idea of having 2 people, They can say that's their idea. I had that idea for a while too, because I was like, you can't always have the best questions because sometimes there's a yes or no question.
So
and
you
I would
actually
always
came up with that
Well,
idea?
but the 2-person format, we did it before. We did teams
okay.
that I did where we had Campy on against Harley from Epic Mealtime, etc. So that the reason was, this was something I brought up, was the fact that it's hard to have a 2-person a yes or no fight when you have 3 people there. And so we always had that problem of like, how many answers are 3 answers? And so I can see the appeal of wanting to go here and have a 2-fight thing, but you can't do it every week. It does make it a little easier. But I would imagine it get boring is what my guess is going to happen.
Oh yeah, that was my main thing. It was kind of boring, man.
Yeah, the 3 keeps it a party, whereas 2 makes it just a fight.
Yeah.
And then, look, I think Dan and Spencer are good fighters. I'm sure that's fine. But
Dan's the best fighter.
Yeah, no, they're both really
fun.
fun fighters. But anyway, Christian, okay, Ethan, sorry, there's a couple. Is Hal standing on a box?
Is Hal
That's
short?
mean.
Is he my
You
height?
guys are paying for Harlow's Mate. If you get a couple more, I will stick around. Whether Ian wants to split, I know I'm keeping him late. I will watch it for you, okay? But right now, I'm going to deliver on this a little bit more. But there was a couple other questions. Is Hal standing on a box? Let me see. Hold on. Whenever I click on a number, it's sadly.
Is Hal short? Is he my height?
No.
Oh, he's
you are
taller?
shorter.
I'm very
We're
short. Yeah.
back, and we are rejuvenated, revamped, reconfigured.
Shout out
and
to
kinda
Roth,
like
I like her,
Matrix
too.
Were reloaded.
Oh, no.
Yeah, you didn't like that
Okay,
Matrix.
so
Reloaded
I'll stay
reference.
here and comment.
Why would you still make it?
But I
Can't
still
switch
made it.
angles.
We're going to be better than Matrix Reloaded.
I don't
you
think
guys.
I don't
he's
think
on
he's
my
standing on a box.
Hal
No,
Rudnick, and,
I don't think
I'll
he
be
is. That's
hosting
about
I
as
think it's
real.
just a
and
big
we're
stick.
excited
He's
to
also
be back.
further back, which is hiding his
Changes
height.
are afoot. You guys sent
Dan is
in
definitely
a lot
taller.
Of thoughts. We read them.
So they put it. I know they put like a TV here, up
Sorry,
vertical.
Stoner
That's cool.
69, we
Yeah,
didn't
that is
intro-
cool.
we didn't use that one that you sent.
All the
Anyway,
TVs are cool.
we're
Hal always
introducing a
goes
new
off
way
on
to play the
tangents.
game.
That was the only thing I
There are
tried to
going
edit.
be
He's not always the
3
best.
rounds,
Yeah.
and
He needs a lot of
4
takes.
speed
He
round
did.
questions. We'll get into
So-
that, but there are
I can relate to
3
that, though.
judges.
Yeah, no,
I like
it's
him
hard.
outside.
But
Yeah.
he was never a live
Question,
guy. Like he was. I mean, he is when he's
there are
being
gonna be
funny,
3
but
votes to each answer, and let's meet our.
That's why we
judges
edited in screening, so he
first.
could ad-lib
She is
and
holding
find
it
his
down,
footing
checking
and-
the facts and figures,
I can
looking
relate to
stuff
him on
up.
So did they just
Googling,
eliminate all fans
Roth
because they're now
Cornet.
afraid someone's going to sleep with them? Is that what happened?
Google open.
Possibly, man. I don't
Yes,
know.
yes.
That's funny.
No
though.
more fans are allowed to be on the show, so now
Now
it's
this is
always
what I wish.
Danielle
I
and
wish your
Roth.
show would have
Roth,
a
glad
fact checker though, because there's been some nerd war fights.
On
to
mine,
that.
yeah, I know. I'm not trying to. I'm not copying their show, Ian. So
You're
I
not
can't-
copying.
I'm
well,
not copying my
how
show.
can you copy your own show? Yeah, but no. This is what I would think that you would
Look,
take though.
I like Roth. I like Danielle. I don't
Yeah.
remember who brought Danielle. Someone suggested her, but I always wanted them on. I asked them to come on a lot, and Danielle came on a lot throughout me. So I supported them both. They were, I wanted women on the show who knew movies. They are fantastic. They were their own people. They were fantastic. I was glad I hired them.
Here,
So
did you see Star
no
Wars
beef
yet?
with either of them.
Did.
Oh.
There's a review.
Roth
What is
seems
this
like she's
weird-
really, really
Check it
nice.
out.
Yeah,
course.
no,
Just
she
by-
knows her stuff.
I
What's with
subscribe.
it's like fake light behind them? They have they're going for the
I
soup
am a
vibe
Sweet
with a
Junkie
crowd
subscriber.
laughing. Keep going. Sorry.
And guess what?
I'm not gonna watch this
Your
whole thing, it's
voice
too
is
long.
going
Yeah,
to
there's
be
no way we
heard.
could watch
We
this
are going to
all.
listen to you and incorporate you.
Why are they standing?
As one of the votes.
I don't
and to
know, but
break
it's
down
dragging.
How that works. It's our social media chairwoman, Danielle Radford.
That's not a new thing.
So
We
you
did
guys
that.
know we have always had polls, but now your votes in
Do
the
you guys like
polls
Danielle?
mean
What do you think of
points
Danielle?
For your fighter. So if you
See,
click that little white
she's more on
eye
it
the
now,
upper
which
right-hand
I watch
corner
less
of
of it, so I
video,
can't really comment
when the
if
topics
I
come up,
enjoy
there will
her.
be a
But
poll that appears.
she's okay,
Vote
I
in
guess.
that
But I'm not
poll
really
because
watching
your poll
that much
your
lately.
vote in the poll matters, and whoever wins the poll will get a point towards the round. If you are confused, click down in the description down below. We will spell everything
Ethan
out for you.
says Christian Harloff's Meltdown. I'll get there, but he says
Thanks,
real
Danielle.
talk though.
I
Hal
couldn't
is better in
have said it better
scripted, heavily
myself.
edited
I
video.
hope
Still
I
love him
agree.
though.
I agree.
That's sadly the truth. I think he would admit it to you as well.
That's
Not trying to call him out,
Audience gets
but
to vote.
he didn't always have the best live stuff. Neither did I, to be
I'm
fair.
gonna
But
hear
I'm
I
not a good
try to
live
let everyone else
person
talk.
either.
I feel like Hal wants to talk. Is the difference of what happens
Mm-hmm.
because he's talent. I never considered myself talent. I always considered myself a host. And then, yes, I'm sure I had an ego and started considering myself there and wanted to be on take. But I tried to let the arguments happen and just keep the show moving. And that was always my goal. but I could sense maybe people getting annoyed
I
with
think
Hal
that's.
trying to
I
find
think that
funny.
might be the issue with what I have with it now. That it doesn't keep moving sometimes. It does drag, and I think that's what you brought to the table.
Like right now, he doesn't even know where he's going.
Yeah.
And he can't start and stop. He's got to just keep going.
I'm kind of glad about that because I had a lot of losses.
That's a good. Yeah, we can point that difference out. Yeah, you kept the show moving.
Really
Yeah.
crap record. But what
Danielle
better
knows her
way
films.
to
Danielle's
close
great. Yeah, I have no
that
problem with
chapter
Danielle.
and to bring in
Everyone
two
likes Danielle, so there you go.
fighters
Fan of
Exactly.
her.
Like I said, I haven't watched it lately, but from what I saw of her, she seems cool.
Belts. First, he is a former movie fights champion. He's the
Yeah,
producer
the standing
of
is
Honest
weird.
Trailers.
I mean,
Dan
I like
Earl.
standing to be
Seems like a
fair. In
political
defense of
bait.
standing,
So I do movie fighting again.
this is so weird to watch.
People have been watching the show.
Can I just explain how weird this is?
Heck,
Ugh.
yes.
I really haven't watched this in a while, so I'm like,
his
oh god.
He's the
But
head
it's so
writer
different than what we
of
did. I'm trying to figure out where they shot this.
And
These are all
the-
weird pieces they had in the studio.
The belt holder of movie fights. Oh man, Spencer Gilbert.
That's right. Spencer had the belt when I left.
Oh.
Who has it now?
I-
I heard there was
I
a
wouldn't know.
puppet.
A puppet.
Yeah,
actually kinda
real
funny.
talk. The guy who made the movie fights belt demanded the belt back because he was frustrated. They gave it to a puppet, so he filled me in on this, and he's like, "I'm going to make you a belt for Nerd Wars." I was like, "Yes, please do." Anyway, so
That's
but
funny, actually.
he did not like the show where it turned. But anyway, I love Spencer. He's hilarious.
what's up? You got a
He
turtle
doesn't
sniffing
care.
cotton?
That's always what I loved about him. He doesn't want the followers or the fame.
gassy.
It was a chore to get him on camera every
Also
single time.
acceptable, big brown dog barking at the back door.
And then when he showed up, he delivered for me.
What a
A lot
bad
of people
way to
call him
start
smug.
the show.
It's just
No,
because
I
he
didn't.
didn't care.
Poop
Never got that out of him.
Poopamisms. Okay. All right, so like we said, we got a couple of new rules. First, guess what? There's only
He's so
two fighters.
intense.
You saw it. There's not going to be a mystery fighter
Yeah,
that pops up in the
I
middle.
like him.
Or
He's
will
funny,
there
but
be?
I
No,
just
there
don't like
won't
him as a
be.
host, man. I'm just keep it real with you.
Two
That's-
fighters. Movie
I liked
Fights
when he
is
did his
now
like one
best
shots
of
of like how to
7
fix,
games. Just
you
like
know,
your
Marvel
NBA
or whatever he was
Finals
talking about at
is,
the time.
your World Series is,
A lot of conspiracy
okay,
theories
best
going
of
in the
7.
chats right now
There
as we
are gonna
talk.
be 3 regular questions.
I
that they
don't
will
know how to
debate,
respond to
and
that because
then
I don't
we
know.
go to the
I'm not going to
4
say people have
question speed
gained
round.
experience.
The first
Do I
fighter
trust any of them?
to
No.
get
Well, well deserving why you shouldn't. I
questions
mean,
awarded
So
to
four.
them.
All right. Are they going to get to it? What's
There you
happening?
have it. First 1 to 4 wins. So it could be 3-0 going to the speed round, and someone could stage a massive
All right.
comeback.
Are we watching? What do you?
I don't know. Let's skip around or something.
Can I
Like,
get to the fight?
Ladies, you ready?
More than ready.
Ready?
I'm
All
sitting
right.
here,
We should have
I'm
watched one
warming
with bad
down
fighters. I'm sure Dan and Spencer delivered.
JTE,
Possibly.
roll that
Ugh.
sick-ass fight montage.
I don't like hearing that name.
I did like these intros y'all did.
Yeah, we had fans starting to do it,
Oh, dope.
and they did sometimes better than ours.
I love montages.
That wasn't that
Come on,
funny.
you
That
gotta
was a
click
real
like
big
just for that
pity laugh.
montage. All right,
I
first
like
question.
turtles.
Wow, it's a doozy right out the gate. What is the
Good
best
graphic.
superhero movie of 2017?
Which ones
Best
were in
superhero movie of
2017?
I think that was
2017,
Thor
and
or
we're going to start
I
off
loved
with
Logan
Dan
that
Rowe.
year. I think
This
it
is
was
a great question. There are a lot that to consider.
They really
I
amped
would
up the
argue that
graphics. The
there
graphics
are-
team there was
On the
excited to
side,
finally
yeah.
step up.
Is it?
They were always mad we
At
didn't
all. They
do
came
better
out this year.
graphics. I hate this logo.
Between two for me
Nah,
is
I love
Logan.
So
Jaws
boring.
better. With the all the stuff
I
on the
went with
front,
Yeah,
like
it's just
coming out,
boring.
I
was dope.
just think that
But nah,
when
you're
you
right.
look at the superhero
No, I would
genre,
agree. I did
regardless-
like
Logan,
Logan
okay.
best. Yeah, I think Thor
think
came out that
Logan
year
was
as
the
well.
one when I looked at it this year that I could rate regardless of genre, regardless of like how does it stack up
Okay.
against prior films or similar films. Logan
I
is
mean,
a movie. I
what's
will
Spencer
do
gonna pick?
justice.
But when I picked Logan, I lost the coin toss. So I'm going with.
Oh, see, this is a bad fight. Out the
second-
gate.
What I first thought was the
That was the
second
truth.
best, but now I
Anytime
think
someone
he's the
didn't
best,
believe
and
the
I'll tell you
fight,
why Logan's
it's a
better.
bad
With the
fight.
coin sauce, he was
My
just like,
favorite
oh, I chose it
superhero
because of
movie
that.
Of the year was Thor Ragnarok. This is a real super.
It's a good movie though,
This
but
is
it's
a
not
movie
better
that's
than
a shame. So
Logan.
ashamed to be a superhero
Well,
movie
this whole
called
fight is
Zombie
pointless
Movie.
because Dan already won because Spencer just said
It was a
he
coin
was
toss.
going. Do you want me? I mean, do you, I do you want to go? I was gonna say, should I judge one?
Hilarious.
That's up to you, man.
Let's do a judge. Let's do a judge on a round
Based
two.
on the
because
arguments.
Dan already won that first round because Spencer gave in. You never, ever, 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 ever admit that you lost the coin toss.
Vincent said Nick Mundy cussed me out one day.
So Dan won round one. We can fast forward. Logan is the best, and Spencer admitted.
Leading at 65% and Thor Ragnarok at 34%. So the point on this is going to go to Dan.
Wow, so that means
Dan
we're
won.
all locked up at
So wait, what did they do
1-1.
for points?
It
How do they
comes
do
to me,
points?
Well, they
to
put
help
it there
with
on the
decision.
side, like-
And Yeah.
Wait, hold on. Sorry, I want to hear how.
So take it with a grain of salt.
How did Hal
weaker
decide
argument,
it?
Spencer won the day based on the arguments.
All right, that's
Oh, she
1-0
used your
for
line.
Spencer. Let's go to Danielle Radford on the socials.
So Hal's
All right,
Social
well,
media.
First of all, a lot of people are bummed that Wonder Woman was not in this. They
Well,
are,
it's not
they are
bad.
also bummed that Transformers 5 was not in this, and that Power
Why are you
Rangers the
surprised?
This
movie
is a
was
React
not
video,
in
So
it.
take it with a grain of salt.
So just go ahead and just a bucket of
It's
salt.
not all the same idiot, is it?
It's all different people. It's the way
Okay,
that you put a little bit of salt on a cookie. It makes it taste better. So from the poll that we have, if
Okay,
you guys clicked
something.
open that thing, you found it. Right now we've
they'll probably pull this whole
Logan
video because I'm
leading
watching
at
it.
65%.
So they went by the polls like the
So
audience.
Hal doesn't judge?
Wow.
I guess
so
not.
that
So
Only in a
means
tie?
we all
So
locked
it looked like
up
she
at 1-1.
judged and the
It
polls
comes
of
to
the
me,
internet judged.
to help with the decision.
Oh, it
And,
helps.
Yeah, I do agree that Spencer undercut himself a little bit by admitting.
See,
that he
I called
thought
it
Yeah,
right in the
yeah.
beginning.
You said exactly
Still
what
got
you
it.
just said.
Still got it, Ian.
He came out swinging with.
Never admit that.
Especially, I love the fact
This,
that
you can hold it. This is the
pointed out
official
Takeaway
one.
TT
This
was
is really the
able
one.
to
It has
put
the wear
his
and the
voice
tear.
out there
This
in
is the movie
film.
fights belt. Are you worthy?
But
No. I'm kidding. You can hold it.
really rebutted that well in pointing out that Marvel.
Look, I love Hal. He's just too likable. He
rambling
doesn't.
too
He
much.
rambles. He does. He's not a good judge.
Unique
He doesn't want to.
to
He doesn't
just
want to offend
this
people. That's the
Marvel
problem with
film,
him, and
and
just the
Dan's
vibe he gets.
points
Yeah.
about
And that is a great
how
thing.
this
But
movie's
You
unique
kept it going though.
commentary.
But
You're
anyway,
like
we
based
already-
on arguments, and then you
let's
moved
get to.
on.
I'll try and. Do you want one more? Here we go. Let's ride. Let's.
What's the fox? Goddamn, what's the fox's name? Nick. Hobson Nick. And Bruce Willis's character, Fawn McClane.
Okay. Well, Spencer's.
Yeah,
That's
there
pretty
it is.
funny, actually.
Wow.
So Fawn
So going-
McClane
this is what we call a
is
silly
Julian's,
round.
Yeah.
new boss,
It's definitely
he's a
silly.
trigger-happy cop, and they're trapped in
Keep
a
it light.
hostage situation. I tried to draw another one. I didn't really have time for Hans Grouper.
This
Hans
dude drew a
Gruber takes
picture.
over the building.
Oh, a grouper fish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that.
And they have to shoot
was
their way
ready.
out in this like seemingly fun Die Hard.
People are saying he
It's
got
all
better.
caught on body cam.
Okay, I'll
so
trust
it
you.
discredits
Who,
the
Hal?
cops.
Yeah.
Hopefully,
He's getting
yeah.
better at judging. To be fair.
See, that's what
I'm
I
not
said.
knocking
I haven't
Hal. I'm
watched
just
it in a
basing
while.
off the one. I like Hal.
And
Please,
Yeah.
for the record.
There's a whole
I haven't watched
subplot
it in a
about
while, so I
mass
wouldn't know,
incarceration I can
but-
get into if you
Dan
really
always
wanna,
won because he
do
objectively
that.
the best movie
Zootopia
fighter.
was
Yes,
this metaphor
he was.
for
He was the
contemporary
best
urban
fighter.
society that happened to be a Disney movie, so let's do the same with Zootopia 2 in Die Hard.
Wow, some heavy.
The other thing I'm
themes
noticing,
in,
they kept the show in at a
Zootopia
crisp
2,
1
Die Hard.
hour.
About crack, it was about so many things.
Yep.
It was always
All
a
right.
struggle for me to try
yeah.
and keep it
What do you got?
quick.
Another revitalization of what I believe are two flagging franchises that might not seem to fit together when you think about it, and this is Pirates of the Caribbean and Predator. A strange fit when you think about it. However,
He's got
this
some explaining
actually
to
fits
do.
into Predator lore. If you'll remember at the end of Predator 2, Danny Glover gets handed.
I mean, these are
this
just for
flintlock
fun,
pistol,
so I would judge on
that says
whoever was
Raphael
funniest.
Adolini, 1715
And I
on
also
it.
play the room.
Predator
Whoever's
hands it to him
laughing and
says,
really,
"Take
I would
it," and it
usually do that sort of
disappears.
thing.
Spencer
If
had
you
me
do
laughing
the
over
So
there.
far,
research,
Spencer's-
there is
Yeah.
actually a
Dan's
book
good, but
called
Spencer's always the
Predator
funnier one.
1718
Right
that
on.
tells the story of this
And now that
pistol,
Dan's up
and
by
that
one,
is
I'm gonna
that-
guess
and I'm not
Spencer gets
making
the
this up,
point.
mutiny, and
Let's see.
fighting it
Keeps it
doesn't
interesting. Hal's gonna of course do that. Let's see. Where's the point?
55%.
Sometimes the
and Dan,
stats
they're
would
saying
bore me.
44%. So Spencer wins this point.
Good call.
Boom, Spencer.
I called it.
take-
No,
Yeah.
it's pretty.
I'm
pretty-
gonna go with Ted Stryker from Airplane.
What was the question?
The
Pick any character from a character.
Pilot.
Oh, and then we're gonna do a backwards fight.
Ted Stryker.
Kids are gonna
the
love this
hero-
one.
The
Yeah.
hero
I
pilot
love Airplane.
from Zucker Brothers Airplane.
One of my favorites.
Spencer.
I'll go with Venkman, original Ghostbusters, Bill Murray.
Bill Murray's.
I mean, this is also a silly round
And the
because there's no
question-
real way to win this.
Yeah.
Which movie character would make the best Jedi Knight? Which movie character?
All right, that'll be
would
that's
make
actually
the
interesting.
best
So this
Jedi
show's
Knight?
fine. Why is everybody hating
Is
on
it
this show?
Ted
2, 3
Stryker
funny
from
rounds.
Airplane.
I just thought it was
Bill
bland and
Murray
boring.
from
I'm just
Ghostbusters.
that's
There's
that's
no
my
real
point of view.
fight is the
Venkman.
problem. They
Yeah.
started with an episode that was
Dan,
a fight no one was
you're
passionate about,
first.
Sure.
and they did 2 silly ones.
Well, the thing
trying
about
to get the
Jedi
comedy
Knights
back
is,
because they were all
you have
pissed
to be
that I
able to
was
tap into
took all the
that inner
energy out of the show,
power
right?
of
The
yourself,
channel. That's why.
to feel your surroundings.
felt it was
and
more
feel like
debatable in
Ted Stryker
yours.
is a man who has many demons.
We
as
got
do
one
so
from
many Jedi
the
Knights.
Joe
Yeah,
Blow show.
Spencer would win this probably. I'm just assuming
20 seconds.
he picked the better pick, but Dan got it. Interesting.
Yeah.
They go to speedrun. All right. Did you guys get enough of me watching movie fights? It's just boring.
Yeah, that was my thing too. Like,
I mean,
no
even
offense
if
to
I
them.
was doing it, I would say it's boring.
Yeah, no offense to them. They're trying.
You
my
gotta
hardest.
look. So there we go. We did this. The truth is about
I am a
any
Screen Junkies
of this is
subscriber.
like you gotta care about the personalities, right?
Right, exactly.
The show doesn't work unless you care about the personalities, and we built that show to build the personalities, and they had a tough call because they had to build the personalities back without me as a personality, and people were used to that, and then they were mad at me, and they were just trying to have some fun, so I can see why they did it this way. But yeah, the standing, the 2-person format, I don't know, seems odd, and clearly people revolted and wanted it back to 3. Is that what happened?
Yeah, that's what I did. I wanted it back to 3, but I mean, that's what I like. I mean, am I not willing to have change? Of course, but it just didn't work for me.
All right, and then we have a couple other quick questions here, and then I'll end on the Christian Harloff meltdown. That seems what everybody wants me to watch. Someone dropped a bunch of money for it. Christian Harloff meltdown. You guys asked for it. That's from Geeks and Gamers. I wonder if he'll show the whole thing.
Because I know it's like, what, 5 minutes? It's not that long.
Warning.
There's got to be a. Let's see here.
There we go.
Okay, I've queued it up. If you want me to watch, somebody drop another $5, and I'll watch it. And we'll end on that, because Christian's gonna hate me if I do that. So at least give me more.
I think there was
more
one
money.
underneath
Yeah, there was
his.
something else I was gonna ask.
Yeah.
Wait. Do you think the next big movie fad will come from once people? What do you think the big? Sorry, Joe Blow Show. Thank you. Where do you think the next big movie fad will come from once people are tired of superheroes? I defer to your judgment. I mean, I don't know, man. I think superheroes are going to start. I mean, I don't think the whole genre is going to die down, but I do think Marvel's going to eventually.
Marvel might
taper
die
down a little
but
bit.
like, nah, superheroes are definitely like, especially from the boys coming out. I want more.
Yeah, I mean, boys. There's always a way to reinvent it.
Exactly, and I think that's what they're kind of doing right now.
Yeah, so I don't think they're going to go away. As for what format, I mean, that's tough. Like, what other genres aren't there? Like westerns. Like, I'm just trying to think what could be options. Space movies. I mean,
space operas.
More comedies. I don't know how to pick a genre that's going to be more in the know. That's sort of it's hard to predict, but
I want to see some more good sci-fi. Honestly, Star Wars is trying to. I mean, doing their thing some more, but we know Star Wars. I want to see some more original sci-fi stuff.
yeah, I mean, I also think we could. There needs to be some new action genre. I miss like the terrorist Die Hard format. Like,
I mean, The Rock is kind of doing that.
No, but he's doing like the family-friendly, boring version. I do think John Wick is the closest we have to good action. So my point is, like, something else, a new action franchise that's outside the box that gets people excited again would be really fun. But even that, I feel like needs to be R-rated or more jazz. So I don't know how to answer. Sorry, man. I'm trying, but that's best I got. I don't think superheroes are going to die down, but I think Marvel will eventually take a hit.
Sure.
Matthew Nixon, give us a scoop on Sasha and Danny. Which is Danny? Why did you all keep having them on? Danny is... Which one's Danny?
I don't know. I know Sasha. Danny who?
Danny, which Danny? Shows you. I really don't remember. Danielle?
Possibly.
I don't know. Sasha, I can't speak for her. I had her on the show, but the audiences hated her. They hated when she was on. I thought she was great because she just didn't give an F, and she fought really well, I thought. Did she sometimes know her topics and fake it? Yes, and I can see why that would rub people the wrong way. But I always loved her energy. She fought like everyone else. She wanted to treat her the same. And I stood by her because she had our back. I don't know why she's not on anymore. Good question. But I think a lot of people just got tired of the format and tired of me and didn't want to do it, and probably that's why. There was some comment, I won't say who, but someone of that world tried to blame me for all the failures of why Screen Junkies was mean and stuff, and it really upset me because they're like, oh, he never paid people and never wanted to pay people and never. That's such BS. I never had a budget to pay people, so I would have totally done that if I was allowed to. So yeah, don't read everything you read. Everyone's just painting a narrative they want to paint and have sour grapes and keep their extreme narrative the same way. Nobody had a problem with me until the news dropped, and now suddenly everybody has a problem with me, and they're continuing to have problems with me, and now rewriting things and removing my name from things and trying to play like I'm not a part of that thing. I'm not going to be silent about that. I was the creator of Screen Junkies.
Well, we'll see.
You
what
can
the
hate it
future
all you
holds.
want, but I did create Screen Junkies.
Sure.
That is the truth. I don't know who Danny is. Anyway, so there we go. No more people. We're running out of time, and I want to wrap this up. But wow, you guys are still watching. A lot of you kept going, so I kept going, and thank you. We made it to 100,032.
Danny
Fernandez. Oh, I don't want to talk about her.
Okay.
I said enough drama. We got to save it for the next episode. There's tons more drama
Right
I could
on.
drop. A lot of tea I could spill. Was Joe Star fake? You know what? I'll do that next volume. How about that? Drop some
Ooh,
money.
I would love to hear that one.
We'll do this again. Ian, would you like to come back and join me again?
Absolutely. I had a great time, man.
Jeff Wheeler. I love Jeff Wheeler. He's my buddy from high school. He was the one who got
dope.
me into filmmaking back in the day. We both did it at the same video camp. And Jeff, always good to see you watching. Thank you, man. Do you like The Simpsons? What do you think?
No.
That's literally the whole world of Spring.
Nah.
I have tons more that are boxed. This is all that could fit. I didn't want it to be all Simpsons, but yeah, I'm a big, original seasons fan. So someday I'll give you a tour on one of these episodes as well.
Right on.
All right, you will not be Signored.
Waka waka.
Poop Trash Bucket says Joe Star is fake. That's your comment. Here we go. Someone just dropped a super chat. Gotta come through for the boys. IG now. React to Harloff or whatever. Ethan. Oh wow,
Let's
dude.
do it.
Ethan, you just
I'll
dropped
do
some
that,
coin.
and then
Will
I'm
you
heading
follow me
out.
on
Let
Twitter
me-
so I can give you a personal thank you and make sure I promote whatever you want on future stuff?
Ethan
'Cause
Evans, you're the man.
You
Let's hear
dropped
it.
a lot of coin tonight, so I appreciate it. I don't even know. I should know who you are. I don't, but thank you, man. That means a lot to me.
Ethan Evans is
Here we
the
go.
man.
He's coming through for the boys. I was gonna do it anyway, but see, I got $5 out of him. I mean, dude, I need it right now. Trust me. All right, here we go. Let's do this. There we go.
I do remember this being a funny clip.
It got even worse
I
when
don't know who
people
this
were
guy
pointing
is.
fingers at him, telling him what
It
to
was
do.
Hey, though.
But this is where things get a little more wild.
You're
going to, though.
What's that?
You're going to.
I don't want to.
No, because it's our coverage.
So before this, he
Haley's
was
got a
saying,
lot
"I'm
of
not going to do any."
I've seen
promoting
it.
Yeah.
I've seen this.
really good interviews with Imagineers that she's going to be.
Who's this guy?
First of all, I don't
I
want
guess
you to
it's
do
the
that on the air.
producer
You
or
can call me in
something like
afterwards.
that.
So you know what?
So first of all, Christian's right. I'm gonna actually surprise people. Christian's right. Whoever this asshole is in the studio, really classless.
Wow.
Why is he doing this? You don't do this on air. And it's
behind-the-scenes
especially
stuff.
someone like Christian who's going to get triggered. This is ridiculous. Don't do that. So he's idiot.
You're going to do
So
it.
first of all, I don't want you to do that on the air. You can call me in afterwards. So you know what? So then
I can
someone else
hear
hosts
it in
the
his
show today.
voice.
Someone else
He's
hosts the
already
show
gone.
today. You don't have. It's the second time you've done this. The first time you've done this, you burst in the door. You burst in the door,
I've
screamed
been
at us
there.
because we
I feel
played the
for
YouTube
him.
video. And you didn't know it. That was the
Look
first
at,
time.
I just saw them in the
Look
back.
at that.
Not him, but the other people in the back.
I
were
know,
like,
but you
"Oh."
screamed at us for
I
it.
didn't scream.
If you
So
want to do
awkward
this on
for
the air,
them.
do it on the air. I would much
No,
rather
you
Look
did-
at even.
Yeah, all of them are feeling awkward. Yeah. It's so funny.
You started the show
You're
by
like,
saying you're not
should
gonna
we
talk
just
about
This
leave?
guy's just trying to be a jerk. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know the roles here, but he's playing alpha, and that's how you get under Christian's skin.
Christian said he's the boss, I guess. I don't know.
He's the boss. Is that what happening?
I don't know.
So who is? I don't even know who he is. I thought Fernandez was Mark Fernandez is the boss of Collider
I wouldn't
Video.
know.
Anyway, I don't know anymore. I haven't been there in a while. I'm guess he is the boss. Okay, so he's the boss. That's a shitty boss to call out
his
your
name
employer.
is Cody.
Cody.
I do remember someone
I know
saying
this
that,
is
yeah.
Cody. He's been. Is that Ace? I forget all their names.
I think his
know.
name is Cody. Now I've.
So
rethink
anyway,
about
I
it.
don't care who you are. That's just shady.
account.
But I have a
I-
comment on
your
that.
show,
Okay.
But you're not the producer of it, and
I am actually.
You're actually not.
Yes, I am. I'm actually. That was the deal I made with Fernandez. is I'm also
actually,
There's
no,
just the
we
same
have
way
a
you didn't
producer.
know. The same
We
way
have a
you did. The
producer.
same way you didn't know that I was the fucking head of
Listen to
development
him.
at one point,
Yeah,
a head
he's
of
angry.
content. Who you
Whatever Christian says,
I like that
I
stop
do.
right
I don't
there,
have
by
a
the
problem
way.
with Christian, for the record. He's gonna hate that I'm even doing this, but dude, they paid me a lot of money to watch this, so you haven't paid me a dime, and I gotta go with.
But
what
you're
the
not.
fans are.
You're not even.
And I'm not
bashing
trying to be
him.
bashing.
Yeah,
and
you
I
said
wanna
you
make
agree
clear,
with him.
I don't agree. I actually am going to stand up for Christian here.
Yeah.
But you can just hear it. This is serious. He is pissed. And the producer should know that Christian's pissed and respected him to stop.
Yeah.
And when you have talent, I don't care what you are. When you have talent that's pissed, dude, stop. It's just classless. Now I'm going to say something at the end to not a knock, but just a truth about Christian that I'll get there. But let's keep watching.
You're like, oh, I think you just
Remind
had a
me.
development.
Oh,
I walk
gotcha.
into.
I
to
do feel
Fernandez,
bad
I
for
go,
everybody
Can you clear it
knowing,
up? Content and development. To which now is not the case. You are, and I get it. But first of all, if you want to do this on the air, we do it on the air.
Yeah.
But I am absolutely not talking about it today. You can have Roca host it. How about that?
I mean, if you don't want to host the
Boss
show
move.
because
don't want to.
Oh, I'm so sorry you didn't get to go last night.
You're
He's
welcome.
bad,
See,
the
you
producer.
can, if you want to do this again, we can do it all day long because you have the
She's
same thing.
down.
and what
Look at
people
this.
also don't
This
realize.
is genuine.
saying
This
that.
is not
You act
fake.
hot-headed, you
This
act-
is important because I'm going to talk about this. Christian wants this on his show. Christian is a fan of WWF. This is what I was going to get by the truth. Christian wants this feed. He's a fan of Stern, WWF. He loves like Gary bashing when Stern. If you guys watch Howard, this is what Christian wants. But this is real, and someone's giving Christian beef, and Christian can't handle it. And you can tell by the room, by the tone, this is not a fake thing, whether he's saying that or not. This is a genuine engagement that's happening. I have full belief. I'm not there. This is all speculation.
It's so awkward,
but this
though.
is
I feel
so
for
awkwardly
everybody.
real. I don't care what's saying. But here we go.
Act hot-headed all the time.
You don't
You
wanna
scream and
cover
yell at
Collider's
people, but you want to
content.
do it now. We can do
They're
it
trying
now.
to change the subject in the
Collider's
back.
content is what you're just saying on Collider Live.
So let me ask you this: do you think this
So,
All right, go away,
that's
dude.
it, yeah.
I've shilled long
I think that's
enough, and
about
how
it.
come
I think
Disney
that's it for the
didn't
clip.
give it back?
Oh, wait, here
Is
we
this
go.
just
Oh, I guess we
This
missed it
once
first.
and then be done with it. So now
So here is the beginning.
entitled?
this once and then be done with it. So now Frosty, Heidi, and Frank this morning, and we laughed because
Look at him,
they
humble
said,
bragging.
they're giving away tickets to Disneyland.
Christian's very
Galaxy's
comfortable right
Edge.
now.
And today I walked
Yeah.
in and Roku's like, "Oh, here we're going to talk about Jedi Council. Was like, do you want to leave with this or Galaxy's Edge?" I go, "We're not talking about Galaxy's Edge."
Look, Christian has always wanted to be in this place, and he deserves it. He's worked his butt off to be there. I had a meeting with Christian once. I'll give straight skin here. I had a meeting with Christian once where I just completely just kind of shat on him because they were doing their podcast at the time. Schmoes know. I was like, dude, why are you wasting time with your dumb podcast? And I remember Mark and him just looking at me like, you're a freaking idiot, Andy. And the truth is I was. I had no idea what they were doing, what they were scope. I was beyond in my own sort of, I'm more popular and famous than you. So look, he's comfortable in his position. He should be careful because anything can happen. Shit happens. But the reality is, the tone was real, and he got a little cocky there. I think he did probably regret it. But the reality is he's earned it. He is truly a real personality in this space. He's worked his butt off, and I respect him for it. No matter what he said or done, I respect him for that hustle. He has hustled. You guys all should too. Schmodown, man. Look what he's done with that thing. So I got no beef with him. I applaud him in a way. But this is a genuine thing. Were you about to say something before I keep playing?
Oh, no. I think he did do a follow-up video where he just, apologized for how he acted and stuff like that. And they moved on. I think he did. He obviously acknowledged it on a different video. But, yeah.
But my point is he encourages this wholeheartedly. He comes from wrestling. He comes from Howard Stern. He wants his crew to, fight with him. And look, that is what it is. But when he can't handle the heat in the kitchen when it turns on him. And that's where this, I think, blew up in his face.
Not talking about it. You know what I'm going to talk about Galaxy's Edge? In 2 years when I go. Yeah. Because, am I a little butthurt? No, I'm a lot butthurt. Yeah.
Well, you got to respect his honesty.
Yeah. And honestly, here, I don't have a problem with what he's saying.
Yeah.
He's true. He's built a freaking show where he talks about Star Wars every goddamn day.
Yeah.
And they're not letting him go to the theme park, but they're letting all these, small influencers go. What the hell? I'll add more to that, too, but I just want to hear this.
So very small sites yesterday.
Yes to what I said. You asked to go, and they said no.
Well, originally I did not. There was just no invite that came for all the media, and then I just followed up once and said, "Hey, so yes, but."
Did you get a response?
No. And so then I said, I'm not following up again. But I also said that I just don't. What I'm going to do, I'm going to go as a fan, and I'm going to enjoy it, and I want to go. But I'm not going to promote it anymore. I'm not going to talk about it. I'm thinking more business sense than anything else too. If you know there's all these shows out there, the sites are out there, why wouldn't you invite?
You're not
Jedi
thinking in
Council?
business sense, though.
I am though.
Yeah.
I agree with
I don't
Rox,
want to report on
what's
other
the
people's
business?
reports.
He's
I don't
not
want to say
talking
well, Jermaine
business.
Lucier, who goes to fucking everything, he reported on this, so I'm going to go.
I love this part.
You have been invited, and you.
Guess what? I'm not. I've been
This man got his hand up.
being a Star Wars fan for 5 fucking years.
I feel the same way about.
I've been called shill. I get screamed at. So let this one. Let me be a fucking shill for this one. Let me go and
Somebody put music in the
experience this
background.
fucking thing. And maybe I don't even like it, but I wanted to go.
I completely agree.
I wanted to go, and the fact that
poor
it wasn't
guy.
even. It would have been a thing. You know what? I would have still covered it if they wrote back and we said, "We're sorry we missed you
love
on this
the
one.
violence.
Our spots are all full at the moment. Thank you for promoting
It's
us
a
in
no
general."
response.
No response, and it's like fuck off.
Look, all right, we did it. There we go. Let me get back to me
That's
now.
too funny.
I love it. Not from a laughing at him standpoint. He's right. He's friggin' right. I'm sorry. You guys can make fun of him and his ego all you want. Yes, he's being too ego here, and he should have toned it down a little, of course. But the reality is the dude has earned it, and of course he should be there. But the problem he can't is because Frosty at Collider, there's a whole you guys know this. You should know this. There's Frosty, Steve Weintraub, who does their reports, and he has all the access. He's been doing junkets for years. He gets the Russo brothers. And if you go to Collider.com, it's Frosty and his team are doing a lot of the reporting. But then there's the YouTube arm, which is Christian and all these people that are building up this other arm.
Yeah,
and the
they're the
problem
face.
is, junkets and Disney see Collider as one entity. And so Frosty's already in. So Collider's in, and then YouTube Collider and Christian just gets the shaft because Frosty gets all the invites. And so you got to understand that is Disney's fault. Disney's being a scumbag by not understanding. There's two outlets here. There's so much stuff happening that you got to give Collider another out. It happened to us at Screen Nuggies all the time. Sorry, you get one. And then it's like Dan Roth and I was like, well, who goes? So the point is, like, the truth is he's right. He's totally right. It was a real, genuine reaction. People shouldn't have given him so much shit about it. Yes, he sounds like a crazy person a little bit, but the dude has been shilling for Star Wars for how long? I'm sure he's done so many favors for Star Wars. I'm sure Star Wars has done some for him too. But the guy has paid his time. Why the hell didn't he get access to Galaxy's Edge when so many smaller outlets did? It is stupid. And when he laughs about the Jermaine Luciers, I know for a fact Jermaine Luciers is best friends with the rep at Disney. There's a few of them that are just Splash Film, etc. They're like hardcore friends, and they get into every invite, and they just get 1 or 2 passes, and then they just get them, and they go in. So Christian sees it. I saw it. That's the truth. It is the truth. Disney hooks up their friends. They hook up the nice little blogs. They want to be diverse. They hook up the new little blogs by some new talent that's a female or whatever. Of course they're doing that. They want to be progressive and they want to do these things. That's not bad, but I agree Christian's up of another level and deserves the respect as a Star Wars person to do it. So I am here inside baseball, as Jeff Wheeler says. I'm there to defend Christian because he deserves it. Christian has earned it. I think this blow up was funny. I think he should have embraced it. I hope he did.
Hilarious.
Yeah, come on. This is silly. He knows it's silly.
He did come across entitled, but I do. You can't think about Christian Harloff without the Jedi Council. So I get it. He has worked his ass off.
No, and he's being entitled, of course. We all are at that level to a point. But he's being genuine and honest to you, and you should commend him for that.
Absolutely.
For actually pulling the curtain back. But all the trolls just jumped and made him look like an idiot. I'll be honest, it was funny to me, and I did text him about it. But I also was like, you were right, because he is right. He didn't engage back, and I don't want to get into what happened there. But my point is, I saw it, and I wanted to at least be like, and I also try to advise, like, embrace this, man. Own it. Like, own it and don't delete it. Like, you got to own it or it's worse.
Yeah.
And I think that's the only negative I would say. But the reality is I have no beef with Christian. I have no problem with Christian. I'm sure if Christian was pushed on one of his live shows, he would tell you the truth about what he thinks about me. I think he would say I was a jerk, a bully at times, not always the nicest person. We had some tough tussles, but I think he would see what I did as a fair thing to do. And I'm sure he's probably not allowed to say it, is the reality.
Well, maybe we should have some of the people in the live chat tomorrow or on Monday, whenever they're doing the Collider Live, whenever it's time to call in, let's ask Kristen's thoughts on Andy Signore and everything going on right now. So yeah, I suggest that.
But please tell him I defended him.
Yeah, don't go attacking them.
Please don't say I went and attacked Karloff. I didn't. I don't.
Just
I'm sure he doesn't want this story to continue.
Just want to hear their
look,
thoughts.
It's out there, and he shouldn't have taken it down. I think that was lame. But at the same time, I'm here to defend him on that because I think he had every right to lose his ass on that. It was kind of silly, and so that's where I think it is. I'm not starting T. This stream is like what the makeup YouTubers called T. This is T. Oh, I see that James Charles. Anyway, can't be bought an annual pass to Galaxy's Edge. That's like $2,000. What a waste of money. Why would you go more than 2 times? Look, Galaxy's Edge is opening here in Orlando. I want to try and go, but it's hard.
I would love to go.
But yeah, let's try and get access. But if I can get access, I'm going to go. Or even if I can get tickets, I'm going to try and go to report it for you. But anyway, there we go. They did remove it on Collider. It's confirmed. Wow, that we did it. Thank you guys so much for all this amazing chat. I hope you had fun.
Man.
We made it to we did it. We had 100,032 100,032. I just can't even fathom. That's crazy. I will get some YouTube plaque in like 6 months. It takes that long. But I will come and do another one of these with you guys to celebrate. So thank you so much. I really, really appreciate everything you said. We got it there. I gave you a movie fights reaction. I gave you a Harloff reaction. Do you guys want to see this again? Tell me more down below as we wrap this out. Please hit me up on the socials. Guys, if you aren't following me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, please go do that right now at Andy Signore. And then after you've done that, you're going to go over to my buddy Ian's. He's at the Controversy. Ian Elliott Carter. The link is in the description below. Please go give him some love. He hung out with me for 2 hours here, and watch me make a bunch of money.
Much
I'll
love,
buy you
peace,
drinks, man,
and
for
chicken
all this
grease.
help.
Thank you.
Please go give him some love too, so we can go home and see some new subs. Because
Thank
Ian's
you.
been a really good, loyal friend to me. So and does some fun stuff and wants to support his family just like I do. That's really why we're doing this. So thank you, buddy. Another high five. Really
Sure,
appreciate
bro.
it. And a
Hey,
handshake.
man, I love you, bro.
I can't go to I can go to this wide. Yay! There we go. Now we'll do our handshake in camera.
Hey.
Yes. Whoever this guy is, go away. No offense. I'm sure he's a fine person. But
Yeah, he's cool. Yeah.
let's put this here. Oh no, if I do that, yeah, it's fine. Yeah, 100,000 subs. Woo! Wait, now that I
Takes
put it
one
there,
away,
it doesn't.
yeah.
Okay. All right. So anyway, that's what it is. You can go here. Please check out me on the socials. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will do this again if you guys hit me up on social and say you had fun. You want me to spill the tea some more. Please. What happens on the stream stays on the stream. Come on, don't be a jerk and go
Yes.
troll people.
Please be nice to
This
each
is
other.
just to have conversations with you guys and be honest, because I want to be honest. I'm the honest trailers guy. Why wasn't I more honest? It's time to finally be honest with you guys. I'm going to do my best, and I'm going to try and take the second shot you guys have been giving me to do a better job on this channel elsewhere. So thank you so much for watching. If you see my videos pop up in your feed, I'd be grateful for you to watch. Even the 300 of you watching there at the very end, it'll mean a lot. So if you see it, always just click through, watch what you can, leave it on the background. And thank you so much for making it to 100,000 subscribers. And oh my God,
Ethan
Evans, dude,
Have a
what
good
are you
night,
doing?
brother. I
You're
love
my
you
boy,
so
Andy.
much.
Glad you're not a sex crazed freak. It's true, I'm not. Thank you. God bless. I made some mistakes, but I assure you, I'm not the crazy person they keep trying to tell you I am. You're my boy now too, Ethan. I'm going to look you up. I really, really appreciate to all of you. Thanks so much. I'm trying my best. Get Ian again. Subscribe. The Controversy, Popcorn Planet. You guys did it. I will be back with more videos this week. So excited. And thanks so much. Have a wonderful weekend. I'm going to go get some sleep, and I hope you are too. Thanks,
Yes.
everybody. Boom!
Wow, that was amazing. That might have been one of my favorite days. Learned a lot about you tonight.